height do you want? Why are you back so far?
He pushed it back.
Why?
He wants it this way, it's fine.
I mean, I feel like we could move the table. Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
If we move this table back a little bit, then we can move this table a little bit forward.
Okay.
Would that work?
Sure.
Just so that Byron can get in and out easily.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna move the table back. I just was moving it for when we stand there in the beginning. Then they'll go to commercial. And then we'll
All right, we gotta do the Clydesdale.
We are officially live.
Check your mics. Check your
Mic
mics.
check.
Personality. Show that. All right, well, I do have those candles.
All right, we're in a little bit of a delay here, but I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, when I tried it this one, it was closer to.
Yes, it is. It is. His name's Chuck.
Hello, sir.
Howdy.
What, honey?
What?
With the bow tie again?
Well, you were broadcasting tonight, so.
Sure. Buddy.
All right, so we'll do this quick. Jeez. You'll just introduce me. I'll come in and then we'll welcome everybody, and then we'll go. There's usually, blah blah blah, but tonight here's a little reenactment of what you would have seen downtown.
Can I see the betting lines? The cards are heavy.
Introduce me. I'll come in and then we'll welcome everybody, and then we'll go. There's usually, blah blah blah, but tonight here's a little reenactment of what you would have seen downtown. You're going to come in at some point as our analytics expert.
You're a numbers guy.
Okay, do you have numbers you want to highlight or something or speak on or?
We'll just get your idea. We'll get your opinion on, what you've seen out there and what you think. And
Your insight.
We'll go
You have
from there.
insight. I don't have any number insight.
well, I mean,
We should've
you're going to get. I
rehearsed.
mean, you're going to get brought in at some point, so you have time to look up some numbers.
Is there another sheet with the Cardinals starting lineup? Because this just has the.
Go to MLB.com.
I thought I put it on there. Well, we've got this giant thing.
MLB.com has their starting line.
Yeah, I have that
I mean,
pulled up here.
I thought I put it on there. I mean, if anything, we can just be like it'll just be on.
Are they sitting here so it's food digests?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, why? What's going on here? Okay.
Do you have contacts or you just always wear?
No, these are just cheaters.
Oh,
These are reading glasses for the computer.
my dad has the same thing.
Yeah,
You should see the text messages on his phone. The words are like this big.
I don't have that. I was fine until this whole shit started, and I was like spending way too much time on a screen at night, like until 4 a.m, and my eyes just shit the bed. So now I gotta wear little cheaters.
What are these things here?
That's our parade.
Those are the Clydesdales.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Clydesdale horse seat to hand. So we're gonna have to go around. Well, we'll come in from that side. Dude, we're like T-minus 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For
Are you guys taking breaks on commercials? Or just gonna go over those, or what are you doing?
For the most part, yeah.
Skip-a-doo. It's a song, you know it? It's called
Yeah, you
March
know
of the
that.
Clydesdale.
You did that at the show night.
Well, that's supposed to be like.
Yeah, I wasn't doing. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
it's hard to.
You
I
know
mean,
where
Not to
have-
say that.
you know where the last place
There's a
you saw
rhythm.
my Cardinals hat?
I was hearing myself and it was
getting distorted. I
I didn't like what I was hearing.
You want
Okay. Hey, Steph.
Yeah.
Can you just do me a favor? Go on your Facebook and see the link I just put up there and just tell me if,
Is it
if
too
you
much
can
light?
hear it. No, that's great.
Okay.
Can
Okay.
this work?
Listen,
coat
we're
on.
not asking any more questions. You have a limit of 3 more before bed, okay? So if you're wanting to stay up longer, you're gonna stop asking questions. What'd you say?
I was just gonna say, I just put the link up. I just put the link up on Facebook, so.
I really hope someone's watching this whole thing. You ready?
Okay, we'll do this quick, yeah. All right, and go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show at opening night. Here we are, introducing your Hall of Famer, Josh Beckish.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having us. Byron, thank you
Wonderful
for
to
the
see you.
introduction.
Wonderful to see you. Very exciting day here in St. Louis.
Very big day here in St. Louis, opening night. Cardinals are moments away from starting the season. It's a little bit delayed, but it's here, folks. We are
Baseball's
ready to
back.
start.
Baseball is back.
As some of you know, usually there's a big to-do downtown with the opening day, a big tradition.
Lots
that
of
did not-
pageantry.
A lot of things going on that did not happen this year, but since everybody loves it so much, we figured we'd give you a little bit of a idea. If you haven't seen it before,
Right.
this is a little bit of
Here's what would be happening
here's what usually
if the world wasn't sick.
So we'd be coming out, and there'd be we'd have Cardinal Hall of Famers, former players coming out, greeting the crowd. Hey everybody, what's happening? What's going on? That was Ozzie Smith. Everyone, is that Bruce Sutter walking in? Yes, it is, and he's in uniform, folks. Reenacting the old days. Oh boy. And then look at that. It's everybody's fan favorite. It's Willie McGee. Are you excited to be here? Yes, he is. And then, of course, a visit from everybody's favorite, Fredbird.
Oh, Freddie.
And as you can see in the back, the Clydesdales marching around the infield, the outfield. Oh, look, there's another one. All right, the game's about to start, so we're going to cut that a little. We're going to give you a quick little look into your starting lineups.
Who are our key players tonight, Josh?
I mean, well, as you can see here, as I'm looking at the lineups currently, I'm seeing that the hitting so far this season, unimpressive. Everybody is batting a stone cold 0. Hopefully things
Not
will
very good
change.
numbers for late July.
Hopefully things are going to change. Yeah, usually by around August, you want to see somebody with a hit. But luckily, though, it is in the pitching matchup, as you can see here, both pitchers sporting a solid ERA of 0.
Keeping the runners off base.
A real pitcher's duel we're expecting tonight. We're going to take a very short break while we walk to the table. And first pitch is coming up in just a second, everybody. It's Cardinal baseball!
Here we go. Let's go, Redbirds.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are.
In the booth.
Let's get ourselves in position here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so excited,
Jack
so
Flaherty's
honored to
on
be
the
here.
mound tonight.
Jack Flaherty currently,
Going into the season, I guess he's our ace.
he is our ace, our opening day starter.
Opening night, sir.
Opening night, I think. Well, I mean, it is still light out, so it's the daytime sunlight.
Consistency with our brand.
There's going to be a lot of things that are not going to make a lot of sense here tonight, but we have a very exciting moment here as Pirates shortstop Kevin Newman, Nooms, as the boys call him.
Was that his name?
Nooms steps in. He will be the first batter that Jack Flaherty will face this year as
First
Ladies-
pitch of the 2020 season.
ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting for it. Here it is. First pitch from Flaherty is right there. Strike
Right?
1 to start the season. Very nice job there, Jack Flaherty. Well, Byron, I can tell you, the excitement's been building all over town.
Sure has. Sure
Um,
has.
this is something that, in St. Louis, we're used to, as Newman takes ball one right there outside.
Counts even.
There's been a lot that happened this year, clearly, obviously, that's
Some of it not too
delayed this
good.
season. And it took a while. There was a lot of negotiations. But Newman with a ground ball over to Tommy Edman at third. He throws over to first.
Goldschmidt,
And he's
no problem.
out of there. It's Goldschmidt. Gives it the big mitt.
Yeah.
And one away. We have the first out of the season.
Flaherty's talking into his glove, pointing at some players,
A lot of people.
giving a little direction and support to his teammates.
A lot of people expecting a lot of big things this year out of Larry Byron, as we all know. A lot of people are saying he's a potential Cy Young candidate.
In the conversation already, huh?
Yes, very much so. I had a
Well, that's
very,
good to know.
very strong second half last year as he propelled the Cardinals into the playoffs.
Speaking of last year on this day, the Cardinals were a half game out of first place behind the Chicago Cubs.
We all know how that turned out. Big turnaround and big things, and a trip to the NLCS. The Cardinals, as Brian Reynolds is in the box, and he's taking 2 pitches. Jack Flaherty got him on a 1-1 count here with 1 out, top of the first inning.
Pretty solid average from last season, .314.
Not too bad as he swings on an inside pitch, and that
That's
one is
deep.
going beat
That's
back,
out
and
clear
Dexter Fowler
just before the
under
warning
it,
track.
right in front of the track. 2-away. Dexter Fowler making some very fun hand signals down there. Something that they've come up with. There's Mike Schilt looking a little bit like a ghost. He's got his entire face covered in a white
Spooky.
mask. Not the one that'll really get you in trouble, but it's halfway there. Mike Schilt got married in the offseason.
He's
Congratulations.
a lucky guy.
Much mazel out to Mike Schilt. I don't know, man. Adam Frazier, second baseman, left-handed hitter, steps in and takes ball 1. As Flaherty is, he's looking pretty sharp right here. 8 pitches in, and this one is
Back to
also
right.
back right in front of the track. There it is. Dexter Fowler makes the catch, and that's
That's
it,
it.
folks. We're already
3
on
up,
our
3
way
down.
to the bottom of the first. A very successful, very clean-looking
Crisp.
top of the first from Jack Flaherty. And as we go to the commercial break, we will get ourselves together because we were super late in getting this all together. So everybody enjoy a little, something while we, here's Byron for you guys. He's gonna do something while I step away briefly.
Sure. Yeah, I'll recap some of the highlights on this day in Cardinal history. This day in Cardinal history. It'll be July 24th for those who haven't been paying attention to calendars for the last 4 months. Cardinals purchased Red Ames from the Cincinnati Reds in 1915. I guess that was significant back then. I'm not familiar with Red Ames. Some of you out there, you enthusiasts might be. What else happened on this day in Cardinal history? The Cardinals traded Joe Shipley in 1962 to the Chicago White Sox for Alan Bryce. Wonder how that worked out for us. Anyone know anything about Alan Bryce? Probably not great.
Great guy.
Well, super gentleman, but I don't know how he did on the field. The Baltimore Orioles purchased Carl Warwick from the St. Louis Cardinals in 1965. Lots of purchasing and selling going on in the early to mid 60s for the Redbird franchise. This is a trade. The San Francisco Giants traded Rob Dressler in 78, different decade, to the St. Louis Cardinals for John Tamargo. Well, I don't know anything about either one of those guys either. But, Josh will be back with us shortly. Got a beautiful, for those watching the game at home, which I'm assuming all of you are, beautiful view of Busch Stadium downtown, the statues, great summer night here in the Lou. It's too bad the fans can't be in the stadium, but, we're celebrating the way we can. Still opening day in St. Louis, and it's kind of a big deal. Here he is. He's back.
I'm back, everybody. It's a very big deal here in St. Louis opening day. Byron, here's the starting lineup for your St. Louis Cardinals. Batting first, Colton Wong, second baseman, leading off. Tommy Edman, one of my favorites.
You've mentioned that before.
I was a big fan of this guy last year. He had a big part in the Cardinals making the playoffs. He's batting second, playing third base, while Matt Carpenter is going to take the old DH rule. Another interesting thing.
Yes.
DH in the National League.
Yeah,
It's
there's been some rule changes.
And here we go. Joe Musgrove digs in, and his first pitch going long outside for a ball. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the DH situation?
As a person who grew up watching National League baseball, I'm not a fan of the DH. I think the players should all, hit for themselves. But I understand. I guess it's easier for them to make that universal in both leagues than it is to make the American League pitchers learn how to hit quickly.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. So.
I mean, in a shortened season, you kind of want everything you can to get more eyes on the product, get everybody coming back.
Sure.
I don't know. I think the DH might be something that helps out with that.
Right.
There's going to be, more runs, more offense, and less pitchers bunting. So we'll see how.
I also believe they've made some changes to the way pitchers. You have to face 3 batters.
Relief pitchers, yes. A lot of changes made this year. A lot of new things going on in a very wild situation here this year. But we will see how it all plays out. We're getting our first look at it now. We'll see the DH coming up here shortly. I believe the Cardinals, Matt Carpenter, number 5 hitter, and for the Pirates, Jose Osuna, the number 6 hitter. So, putting the DH there, and as Colton Wong pops it up,
Flips the bat in
territory.
disgust. He was not pleased with that at
He
bat. You
was
could
not
tell by his
pleased with that.
reaction.
I wouldn't be pleased with it either because it's a pop fly ball, foul, and an out. So coming up, Tommy Edman. As I told you, a big fan of Tommy Edman. I spoke with him before the game. He was very excited to hear that we were on the call tonight. He's a big fan of the show. A big fan of me. Says he doesn't know you personally, but me he
Okay.
loves a lot.
Well,
So
I'm sure I'll
hopefully
meet him
after
at some
this-
point if you guys are tight.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be requests after this blows up all over
It's gonna
the
blow up
world.
for one way or the other.
And here he is, the man right here, Tommy Edman takes ball 1 outside. Joe Musgrove looking okay to start out here, throwing a few pitches outside the zone. Looks like he's still trying to tighten it up a little bit, but so far this is pitch number 7 coming in to the Cardinals third baseman Tommy Edman, who bounces one right back
Chopper.
over the head of Musgrove, picked up and thrown over to Josh Bell at first, and 2 away. A couple of very quick innings so far here, Byron.
Very quick, very quick.
The
What do you
hitters
call
are-
that hairdo there? Is that like I don't know. It's almost like a mohawk, but
It's a no hawk.
it kind of tapered.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a tapered hawk. It's a battle hawk.
Remember Taylor Mussolino? He was a battle hawk.
He was a battle hawk.
He still is a Mussolino.
R.I.P. to the Battle Hawks. But thank goodness we have this back. Paul Goldschmidt digs in and he rips one out to right field. This one may
Nope.
drop
Carries
into the
all the way to the
glove
right fielder.
of right fielder Guillermo Heredia. And just like that, folks, we're done with the first inning of the Cardinals baseball in 2020.
Look at that.
We're gonna head to the top of the second. Josh Bell gonna lead off.
And then
And yeah.
your favorite player, I think, is batting second in this inning.
Oh, yes. Coming up in the next inning, we get Josh Bell, followed by Colin Moron, and then DH Jose Osuna coming up after that. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the break here. Get yourself
Got
something
something
to
a
eat.
little fun for him.
Oh, okay, what have you got for him, Byron?
Little
Give him a
Cardinal
little,
baseball.
give him a little musical treatment, guys. We'll be back in a flash.
Love a mic.
I might know how to do it.
What do you have to say, Charlie Brown?
Turn on the AC.
Thank you.
Any questions or players you want me to highlight or anything like that?
Did you just answer?
Drop some knowledge.
Yeah, drop the line.
This is an audience member we weren't anticipating.
No, but you're good. You can just sit more.
Well, if there's
There's really nothing
if there's a certain time, he could clap loudly or something.
Oh, sure, yeah. If somebody on the Cardinals gets a hit, you can.
Top of the second.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as we head in here to the top of the second. A lot of action so far. 6 up, 6 down so far as we enter the top of the second inning. Jack Flaherty back to work. As I let's see, just kind of had a quick adjustment to make. Ta-da. Jack Flaherty, first pitch, in the top of the second inning. Josh Bell is a strike as we sit at 0-1. And the next pitch right here, down inside, ball 1. You know that Josh Bell, I'll tell you, straight out of Irving, Texas. And, you know, who'd have thought he'd ever be in Pittsburgh? Bet he didn't, but now there he is.
Well, I'm sure he's glad to be there.
I mean, it's a great town, yeah. As he chops one right
Quick
at
question for you. How many
Tommy
rivers,
Edman.
how many rivers do you think run through Pittsburgh?
7. 3. I don't know.
Three Rivers Stadium.
I was trying to be quick and not efficient,
7.
which is what Josh Bell just did after he swings at the third pitch and lines it right to Tommy Edman, the third baseman playing at the second baseman's position.
You know, here's a little curious.
Here's
thing.
one of my favorite
Oh,
players.
yeah.
Pirates, Colin Moron, coming in right now. You know, they call him. Well, we'll tell you what they call him later. As he hits one deep onto left, but there's
At the track.
Tyler Bro-Neal, as he explicitly requests me to call him. Got some big guns. He's a big buff dude. Likes to be shirtless from everything I've seen.
Okay, well, sun's out, guns out,
I
right?
mean, if you got it, flaunt it. That's what I always say. Another very quick inning, though, we're going through right here. We're about 4 or 5 pitches in, and we've already got 2 down. We're really not getting a lot of opportunity to do our bits here, but we'll get to that eventually. Jose Osuna takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Looked a little bit outside, but hey, you know, we'll take all the calls we can get. What do you think of this Osuna guy? You were down talking to the Pirates earlier. Did you get a chance to talk to Jorge?
You know, he didn't have
Jose?
much to say. There's a bit of a language barrier there for me.
Oh,
No habla.
He speaks perfect English, so
Well,
I'm very concerned with.
Maybe I
happened?
just wasn't paying attention. You know, I was distracted. I was so excited to get up in the booth and start the broadcast that I honestly probably wasn't doing my job very well. I wasn't really paying attention to what they had to say. They didn't want me in there. They were making fun of my bow tie. I got a little butt hurt and I left. You know?
Well, get out while the getting's good. Yeah, I don't. It's
See, I've seen other guys wear bow ties and
I've
they
seen
didn't seem
plenty
to
of
catch the same kind of grief.
in the press. Yeah, I was hoping you were going to see how he felt about playing in the DH spot as opposed to an actual fielding position. But you know, it is a new year with new opportunities, so you know, this is the role that he has been given by the team.
I think all these guys should be grateful for any opportunity they get.
Very true, very true. As Jack Flaherty has a 1-2 count on Osuna, and with a strikeout here, this is going to be 2 very quick innings. As he fouls it off, Osuna staying alive,
Staying alive.
keeping it going.
Batting average in 2019 was 264.
You know, a very fun thing about Jose is he goes by the nickname El Gocho. We'll have to have somebody
Gocho.
else look that up because I'm not totally
I
sure.
think that's Spanish for the gocho.
Oh, very nice. Almost the Ocho, which is where
That's how many
our-
rivers run through
It's true.
Pittsburgh.
That's how many there are. You heard it here first, folks.
5 forgotten rivers.
Jose Osuna from Venezuela as he looks on the 2-2. And a ground ball over to Paul DeYoung. It's at shortstop. He throws it over to Goldschmidt. And just like that, folks, we are through another half inning as
Wow.
we
Quick pace to this game.
Flaherty looking very efficient, very nice. A Cy Young candidate in full form right now. As it's 6 up, 6 down. for Jack Flaherty and the Cardinals. Let's while we're here, we've got a little bit of time, and the rest of the game's going, very quickly.
Yeah.
We'll take this time to sit and talk with our audience. We thank you all once again. Glad to see you all came out to join us for the broadcast of our first trip here to Busch. We're here in our press box. We've got the field and everything behind us. Grounds crew doing a great job. Everything looks
well
green,
maintained, well manicured.
green and lush out here. Some shrubbery, some of you might not be familiar with, but that's just because this is what we get here in the press box. So we're going to be doing, for those of you that aren't familiar, we're going to be doing a few of these throughout the year. The Cardinals have asked us to help out with ratings and give them a little bit of our brand of things. So we're very excited to be a part of the team.
Offer an alternative perspective on Cardinal baseball.
Yeah, sometimes as a regular person while you're watching the game, you just want to hear what a couple of dopes like us think about the game. So we are here to call and let you know. You had another story. You were down there talking to some people before the game. It's opening day, a lot of excitement. What were some of the things you were hearing around the clubhouse with how way everything's going and everybody finally getting back out there?
Well, I think the main thing, concern of the players is, they kind of miss having not only the fans,
Mhm.
but their family.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because a lot of times people bring their family with them to view the game, and that's support, and so it's they're a little lonelier than usual, but again,
Sure.
I think they're grateful that there is a season, although it's abbreviated, and glad to be playing baseball. How can you complain when you're playing baseball?
I mean,
right?
yeah, I had guys calling me all the time during this offseason. They said, we just want to get back out there, especially this guy right here leading off the bottom of the second, Paul DeYoung. 30 home runs last year. Paul DeYoung.
30 home runs. Look at that. And all over the place, too. Look at that graphic.
The scatter graph looks insane over here.
Yeah.
And he takes ball one, low and outside. It's very interesting here. We're looking at the crowd, and you can hear there's not much noise here. Dead quiet. I dare say this is probably their lowest attended home opener of all time.
Without question. But maybe one of the largest television viewerships. You never know. We'll
Oh,
look at that
absolutely.
stat after.
Yeah, the ratings are coming in fast and furious right now. We're getting a lot of word here. We'll have a live update for you probably about the third inning, just to give you an idea of how much people are tuning in. But it's definitely interesting as Paul DeYoung sits back, waits, and here comes Joe Musgrove, Moose, as some people call him apparently, bringing in the 1-2. Paul DeYoung, big swing
Swings
and
at
a
a
miss.
high fastball.
And that's a strikeout for Paul DeYoung. We were at the spring training game the other day, and Paul DeYoung had a home run. And, there's a lot of people, much like Jack Flaherty, there's a lot of people thinking big things for Paul DeYoung this year.
Really?
Yeah.
High expectations.
I expect, 30 home runs last year. Hopefully you can get something at least close to that. If you get more, then I think, an abbreviated season, it's going to be few and far between people that are out here hitting, 30 or more home runs.
Right.
Here's a guy that may or may not do that. Matt Carpenter steps in and takes strike one.
Strong
Outside.
beard game for Carpenter.
Carpenter, yeah, he's usually got a pretty good beard going.
Probably some oils, maybe. Looks like it's
Maybe a little salsa stuck in there. Maybe
Well,
some of his that cereal he has at Schnucks. Could be anything.
could be.
Maybe he's got a little bit of Jose Martinez's coffee.
Pitches outside.
As he takes ball one outside. Matt Carpenter's the guy that 2 years ago, everybody was, had high hopes thinking he was going to be kind of the guy that's kind of going to be the face of the franchise going forward offensively. Just huge, well, not huge power numbers, but a lot to look forward to from the 2018 season. But last year definitely fell off a bit. He went from 30-something home runs to about 15, I think it was last year. Very rough year for Matt Carpenter. But hopefully he'll bounce back this year in a shortened season, especially just playing that DH role and thinking that, He's got a good chance to rest. He's only got to come up there and hit. He can focus on that, not so much his fielding, which was problematic at
A
times.
little suspect last year.
A few holes in that D, but everybody's got at least one. Excuse me. When it comes to D holes, Matt Carpenter looks in the 3-1 count coming from Musgrove, who's also pitching very efficiently today.
Pitch is high and outside. Cardinals get their
Takes
first
ball
base
four.
runner, first base runner of the season.
There it is, folks.
Matt Carpenter.
draws the walk.
There he is.
Looked to be a little close to the strike zone, but
Look high. It's high.
Cardinals get the benefit of the doubt there, and we've got a runner at first. With one out.
Our off-camera expert's giving me the shake of the head saying I'm wrong, which I get that a lot from him. So
We've got a very
I guess that probably was a missed strike.
one thing we do have here at the show at night during our broadcast is we have a very strong analytics, very tough, strong analytics crew here. We will talk to at least one of them later, get their ideas of some of the things that they're looking forward to and what the Cardinals can take advantage of with their team this year. As Yadier Molina
Wicked swing by
has stepped in, swings and misses on his first pitch. It's an 0-1 count. I didn't know if you knew this. I would like to hope you did in preparation for this, but today marks a major league record as Yadier Molina becomes the first catcher to start his 16th straight opening day game.
I did hear about that. Yeah,
Very
that's
impressive.
That's no small task there. That's a lot of
No.
opening days.
All for the same
16.
team. 38 years
Career
old.
Cardinal.
38 years old, along with Adam Wainwright. I'd say the two faces of the franchise, the
Certainly.
battery.
Certainly.
That, surely will at the very least be in the Cardinals Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. I don't think there's any way Molina's out of the MLB Hall.
Well, I'll say there's a lot of people that have questions about that. As he rips one,
Foul down the third base.
but what a catch by the grounds crew, man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he's there, but I guess maybe just to
one
grab it.
upside to this is there's very little risk of fans getting injured by
Absolutely,
line
yeah.
drives and foul
Yeah.
balls.
Yadier
That happened a
Molina.
lot last year.
Yadier Molina, fourth all time in games played for the Cardinals, just 7 behind Ozzie Smith, and I'd say it's pretty safe that, barring anything too severe, that he will pass that this year.
Yeah, he stares down the pitcher, swings the bat slowly, takes it over his shoulder. Little wiggle. Comes the pitch. High, he lays off. 92
If there's
mile
one,
per hour fastball,
If
high
there's-
out of the zone.
if there's one thing I do know about Yadier Molina, there's 2 things he loves.
Well, if there's
St.
one thing you know,
Louis-
it's his name.
Right.
Right.
So there's 3 things. He loves St. Louis and he loves Cheesecake Factory. He's been spotted there several times.
Their sliders are delicious.
I'll be honest, I ate there one time when I was a teenager. Never been back.
Another 92 mile per hour pitch. Was tighten inside. The Yadi fouls it off. Chews his gum, looks down the third base line. I don't know what signs he's getting. He's probably swinging away here at 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out.
Yadier Molina, it seems like every year for at least the last 5, 6, 7 years, he's always adding new tattoos to the arsenal. So I'm hoping at some point we'll get a good chance to see him completely shirtless, see if anything new's been added.
I wonder who his artist is.
Oh, I'm
Local
sure
or does he go out of town?
I don't know. He goes out of town. He might have some ideas. He swings and lines one down the right field line. It's going to be caught out there in right field.
Right fielder's wearing a mask.
He is wearing a mask, trying to say it. Guillermo Heredia El Conde makes the catch as Musgrove. Both pitchers working fairly efficient innings, besides the 1 walk here by Musgrove to Matt Carpenter. Both pitchers working very quickly as we are 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And Dexter Fowler coming in. Dexter Fowler's caught a lot of flack early on in the year last year, but he also was a guy that kind of turned it around a little bit
Yeah,
towards the
late
end.
season.
Heated up a little bit. Fun fact for everybody, Dexter Fowler, 69 runs scored last year. Very nice
Magic number.
production crossing the plate. 69 runs scored. last
Curveball
year.
drops
Very
in,
nice.
79 miles per hour on the outside of the plate there. Fowler looked at it.
Dexter Fowler looking to improve that 2019 batting average of 238. This is a guy that, honestly, in the 7th spot where he's hitting, the way he plays out there in the outfield, this guy could be a huge factor in how the Cardinals turn out this
Sure could. I mean, his defense is pretty solid, and if he can put some runs together, contributor to the team.
year.
In the abbreviated season, you're gonna have to get hot quickly. You're not gonna have much time for any slumps.
Well, and that's the thing I was wondering about with Dexter Fowler being one of the veterans of the team. You figure a team has a real advantage if they have a young core, because you can just throw them out there every day and just tell them to go all out all the time. Dexter Fowler, it's got a few years under his belt, slowing down a step or two as he takes ball one. But the Cardinals have a lot of depth in the outfield this year. It'd be interesting to see how things play up. Dylan Carlson not making the team out of spring training. A lot of people thought he was going to, but we'll see how everything works out between the outfield of Fowler, Bader, O'Neill. The fact that they're batting 7, 8, 9. Not saying that there's a lot of high hopes for them offensively, but maybe it's strategic, hoping that they can string together some hits and that'll set the table for the top of the order as Joe Musgrove throws up the first. Back in safely is Matt Carpenter.
Absolutely.
Yes, I was right.
Exactly what happened. And you lost. I was just mesmerized by your ring. I got dizzy for a second. I'll be quite honest with you.
Well, that's what happens when you have such a
Yeah, mastery of
mystical
just
voice.
speaking the language of baseball on a level that I'm not sure I can, compete with. But that ball is low and inside, taken for a ball. Fowler spits over his left shoulder, wipes it off, must have missed.
I gotta say, it's a little, I don't know why, but it's a little off-putting with the Nike logos.
You don't like that? You
I
don't
don't
like
know,
the
it's a
you don't
little-
like the product plate, the brand
I
placement?
mean, it's just it hasn't really ever been there. I don't remember a time where the company that makes the uniforms logo is right on the front. As Dexter Fowler fouls this one off, and we'll do it again on 2-2. It's a little interesting that the Nike logo is just it has to be right there.
Right
I
there.
like it when it's on the bottom of the sleeve.
A little more subtle,
A little more
Yeah.
subtle, yeah. Just kind of ease it in as opposed to
tasteful. We'll say.
throwing it in my
Sure,
face.
sure. We know it's Nike.
Well, I mean, I guess somebody asked if they should put the logo on there, and you know what somebody said?
Yes.
Just do it. As Dexter Fowler looks at Joe Musgrove as he brings in the 2-2 pitch, swing, and he pops it up, foul. And it's
Out of
going to get out of
play.
play. I'll tell you something.
No threat to anything.
I was watching the West Coast action of opening night last night when the Dodgers and the Giants were playing last night. And I'll tell you, if there's one thing that they were doing that I kind of do wish the Cardinals were doing is the Dodgers had the cardboard cutouts of the fans.
I was just going to speak about that.
I think that would be
I
very
think that's a
fun.
good idea. I support that.
I think it's a great idea. It's a great way to make money and even to raise money for, I don't know if they were, I believe it was for a charity, but they were
I
charging.
know in New York they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, and you could pay to have your picture
Or
turned
any
into a
picture
cardboard
for that
cutout.
matter.
Yes, of course. Dexter Fowler takes inside ball 3, as we've got a very exciting
Stumbles across
opportunity
the
here.
plate,
3
gathers
and 2.
himself,
3 and
adjusts
2.
his gloves.
3 and 2, 2 outs. The runner will be going on this pitch. Matt Carpenter, not exactly a speedster, but with the right lead here, he could make it to third on a base hit.
You could make it all the way home if it were.
He could. Anything could happen. There's
Lots of
several different possibilities.
That's a look. He
Exactly
looks
right.
at it. He
Dexter
looks at a
Fowler.
good pitch.
Nice game to watch as Dexter Fowler takes strike 3 looking, and that's it, folks.
That's it.
We're through 2. We have our first base runner of the year.
I got something fun I'd like to share with
Oh,
the
please
audience.
do.
What is it?
Because I had something I'm
This
going to set up.
It's right here.
Hmm.
Is a stand usual.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Would you like to play us a little something?
Well, I mean, I can play a little something. And there's notes in here on. We should probably save this for the 7th, but who knows if we're gonna make it there. So I think I'll just show it to him. Maybe we'll, but can't see it from all the way over here. I think we'll maybe show him. It's not really autographed, but it's engraved with his autograph. Stan the Man Usual. Stan the Man Usual. I'm being told that my audio is Oh, because the microphone was away from my mouth. That explains it.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll explain
As we go into the third here, would we like to bring in our analyst, our sports analyst?
it. Oh yeah, we'll wait till
There's some
we'll wait till
numbers to talk
the
about.
action's back on.
Okay.
Give everybody an opportunity to bring him in and talk to him. See his face while he gives his thoughts on what he sees out of the players.
We're gonna
and
do
out
some
of the
scores around the
program.
league right now.
Yeah, let's please. While we're at it.
Cincinnati's up 7-1 over Detroit currently.
Cincinnati.
In the
A
bottom of
lot
the
of
eighth.
people picking Cincinnati as a dark horse favorite to possibly take the, if not the NL Central, at least a wild card spot. There's a lot of people saying that they got a very good looking team.
Dark
this year.
horse, huh?
And so far, with their opening day game today, they're proving a lot of people right.
Strong indication right out of the gate.
As
Oh,
we're back here in
we
the top
are,
of
here
the
we
third.
are. Boy, I think they've got the commercial talent.
Hey,
A little bit, right?
Yeah. Couldn't
Hard
sell
to-
it up
hard
in
to
your
sell
ads this year, I
ads.
guess.
Yeah, oh, look at her. That's a welcome addition. Erica Weston. For those watching at home, I'm sure you're
Our-
seeing the same thing.
Our colleague Erica
Yeah.
Weston giving you news from home. As Flaherty fires it in there, and Guillermo Heredia,
Heredia.
the right fielder, batting seventh here. El Conde. A fun fact about him. He also had 69 hits in 2018.
Really?
So
End of the season or just at some point along the way?
that was how many he had in total. And then it is strike three, and that's
Yachty
the first
puts the tag
strikeout
on him.
of the year for Jack Flaherty, who is dealing right now, 7 up, 7 down, as Jack Flaherty is basically on cruise control right now. That is 22 pitches to get 7
Boy,
batters. So
Wild
looking
swing
great.
there. Wild swing.
I mean, that's what El Conde, wild swing, the wild swing
Mhm.
day. All right, coming up
One out.
now, the number 8 hitter, catcher Jacob Stalls, as the boys call him.
That's not very original.
As I learned from a lot of the nicknames on the Pirates, not a lot of originality going into these names, except for we will have a lot when we get to
Yeah.
the number 9 hitter.
Yeah.
I
He
can't wait
looks
for
like
that
a-
one.
Ton of fun.
Gerard Dyson, who's been around for a while, 10-year veteran, and he'll be coming up after this to round things out. The pitcher spot ninth now with the DH, so it's gonna be very interesting to see how those 8-9 hitters end up playing out and what the strategy is behind that when you don't have to account for the pitcher
Right.
being out there.
In the history of the Pirates organization, who would you say their most famous player ever was? I have a name in
I'd
mind.
probably have to say Roberto Clemente.
Roberto Clemente. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Wasn't Willie Stargell a Pirate?
Willie Stargell was.
That's the one I had in my mind was Willie
It's probably
Stargell.
between those two.
But Clemente, I think, yeah, sure.
Maybe Jason Kendall.
Not sure he carries the same kind of weight as Clemente.
Well, it
and,
depends on who you talk to. I'm sure he's.
I'm sure if you talk to his mom.
All right, as Flaherty brings the 2-1,
Right,
Ooh,
that was a
catches.
gift pitch there. That was a gift.
Catches.
That looked a little low.
catches the corner low and away, but it's a 2-2 count.
2019, Stallings was a 262 hitter.
Not too bad for a guy I didn't know before this game started.
He looks like a tall drinker. He's like, yo, he's
You know what?
legs longer than I've been away from home.
In doing my research, I noticed that a lot of these guys on the Pittsburgh Pirates, as Jack Flaherty misses, low and
97 miles an
outside.
hour.
Take it to a 3-2 count here. A lot of the guys on the Pirates are very tall. I noticed a lot of guys 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", even. Some big boys. Pirates, very intimidating.
Makes it easier for them to wade through those 7 rivers they have. there.
Mhm. Strike 3 called as Flaherty is getting that low and outside corner second
Looking.
strikeout. After no strikeouts for the first 2 innings, he struck out the first 2 here in the top of the
I
third.
just noticed a logo on the back of the mound that I don't know how it escaped me before, but there is a Black Lives Matter.
There is a Black Lives
On the
Matter.
mound.
Very much in favor of that. A lot of controversy I saw out in the baseball world online, where all the very bravest people are, and a lot of people supposedly giving up baseball because of it. And to that I
Really?
say,
Goodbye.
ta-ta.
Yes.
with that.
Wearing Gerard Dyson.
Gerard Dyson.
Nickname
Zumbaya.
Zumbaya.
Love to get the backstory
Zumbaya.
behind that, but it's very fun.
That, wonder where that comes from. I wonder if it's
As
some-
they check down the third base umpire, he went around.
Jambalaya.
We've got an 0-2 count. Jack Flaherty with an
Zumba.
opportunity coming up here
He looks
to
like he might do some
retire
Zumba,
the side on strikeouts. He might do Zumba.
and he might like jambalaya.
I'm sure that's where the tank came from. It's very interesting to see the guys that go with the masks in gameplay. As Gerard Dyson
Flair
with a little squibber out to Paul DeYoung. And ladies and
right
gentlemen,
behind second base.
Jack Flaherty looking like it's no big deal out here. 9 up, 9 down as
Middle
we
of the
go to the bottom of the third. We're going to take a short commercial break here. Byron, if you have anything, you want to give the people a little something. And when we come back, we will we'll bring in our guest analyst for a bit of a conversation about what he's seeing out here and what he thinks a lot of people can do. And we'll be right back after the break.
Well, see you in a second, Josh. We'll go back to some this day in Cardinal history. We have some birthdays to celebrate today in Cardinal Nation. Joe Schultz was born in 1893. He's probably dead. Bill Ortega was born in 1975. God willing, he's still around. And Miguel Skolovich was born in 1986. I don't remember Miguel Skolovich, but sounds some multiple ethnicity going on there. Maybe some Latina and I don't know, Eastern European perhaps. On this day in 2016, Mike Myers, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, made his Cardinal debut. So that's fun. It's good to have baseball back. I think it's going to take us and you two, the fans, a little time to get acclimated to what's happening here. Most of the fun from baseball is not found through television or the internet. It's in person down at the ballpark. But since we can't do that, we'll try to bring you as much of the experience as we can here via the Instraneds. So I think Charlie Brown wants to sing a song again. He kind of gave me that feeling. I'm going to make way for our guest. I'm going to vacate the spot, and by the time the game's back, which is now, well, I'll wait for our guest to show up. What was that? I think it was a ball. Yeah, I looked at a ball. O'Neill's. Oh, it was a strike. I wasn't paying attention. 262 batting in the 19th season. That ball's outside in the dirt, 82-mile-per-hour pitch.
Tyler O'Neill here at the dish. A lot of people wondering what he can do. We had a little bit of a look at him full-time-ish last year, and a lot of people love his power, but is the as I say that, he shoots one out to left field. This one's going to be back. It's gone! Tyler O'Neill, just as I was telling everybody, he's a big-time power hitter. And here it is, folks. Since we don't get fireworks at the stadium, home run, Tyler O'Neill. Tyler O'Neill, right on cue. What I was telling you guys, the guy's got power. They were just waiting to see if he can get up with the average. Well, now he's batting 1,000 on the season as the Cardinals take their first lead and score their first run of the 2020 season.
Speaking of numbers, let's bring in our guest.
Yes,
I'll
very
make
good
way.
idea.
Right at that home run,
Ladies
perfect
and
time.
gentlemen, our analytics expert, Nick Sorbello, coming in here. Very nice to have Nick in here to, give us a little bit of insight. Nick, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, we were just talking about Tyler O'Neill. What are some things you can tell us about Tyler O'Neill as Harrison Bader steps in?
Well, Tyler O'Neill sucks, even though he did just hit a home run. He has one skill and his power. You can check his numbers. The biggest issue with Tyler O'Neill that I see, strikeouts. His first kind of full-time season with 2018, He had a 40% strikeout rate. That means 40% of his plate appearances he struck out.
Well, you know, you're a power hitter, you're out there to swing, you are going to be susceptible to a few more strikeouts, but hopefully that's something they've worked on this year. Looks good so far.
Yeah.
Speaking of strikeouts, Harrison Bader is in right now with an 0-2 count.
Another player with a huge issue, strikeouts, 36% strikeout rate last year.
Well, Harrison Bader, I think at this point is a little bit more well known for his defense. He's a guy you got there in center field. He can get to the ball. He can make plays. He's very fast.
Yes, I think he was ranked the most valuable center fielder defensively last year in all of baseball.
And that's why he's in there. But batting in the number 9 spot. But hopefully, like O'Neill, we can see a quick turnaround as he takes ball 2 outside. Now a 2-2 count.
One thing I think that both of them could do to improve their strikeout rates is literally just swing less. They're swinging so much they don't walk. They take no walks. Bader's walk rate was around 4% last year. You're looking for somewhere at least in the 8 to 9% rate. Then he's down at 4.
As he strikes out looking just like that, folks. Just
I
like
see a
we
lot of
drew
that this year. I predict from Bader.
The thing with Bader, though, is, like you said, you do want him getting walked. You want him on base because he has that great speed. He sets you up in a position where, you can do a lot of hit and runs, a lot of stolen bases, a lot of extra runs getting scored if he's out there running the bases properly. But as we just saw, another strikeout.
All I would say is if I was a hitting coach, just tell him, stop swinging.
Yeah.
Just stop.
I say bunt for speed, but, we'll see how things play out in that department. As Colton Wong steps back in, 0 for 1 on the night. Colton Wong, Gold Glove winner last year after a lot of people think he got robbed in 2018. And, it's going to be very interesting to see if everybody's just been kind of waiting to see if he can put it together as much offensively as he's as much as he's talented defensively. If he can get it going offensively, then he can turn into one of the most, one of the best overall second basemen in the league by far.
I would say unless he has made some kind of mechanical change, we kind of know what we're going to get from Wong offensively, as long as he plays the full season, which has been an issue, whether it's through benching because he couldn't hit or through injuries. He's had a consistent run of injuries, unfortunately.
This is true. I mean, although I think we're at the point in the career of Colton Wong where, defensively you can't, it's going to be harder and harder to bench him no matter how he's batting. Unless you absolutely need runs, if the offense is kind of dragging like it did at times last year, then maybe, you give him a few days off and let somebody with a little more pop in there. But it's hard to take that glove out of the lineup with a guy like that.
I agree with that, but also we don't really have anybody. Unless you're going to move Carp to third and Edmund at second or something like that.
That's the thing with Tommy Edman, and that's why I'm such a big fan of him. He seems to just be able to naturally fit in anywhere. I don't remember anywhere in particular. As Wong grounds it down to first baseman Josh Bell, flips over to Musgrove, and that's
same mechanical swing he's always had. No changes. I didn't see anything there. It looks, we're going to probably expect a 260 average again.
Colton Wong is a guy where if he could just, maybe do a little bit better job of going the other way.
Yeah, that you'll notice they do shift on Wong. Mm-hmm. They shifted on Edmund too, but
speaking of which, Tommy Edmonds stepping in. Yeah, Colton Wong's a guy that just is kind of, if you do shift and you stack about 3 guys over there on that right side, you're going to get him out most of the time, it seems like, unfortunately.
Yeah, he could do from not swinging as much as well.
That's true, yeah.
His on-base percentage is like 310, 320. You're looking at the top of your lineup, you're looking for at least in the 350 range.
What is his WAR?
His WAR is actually pretty high because of his defense. It's in like the 3 to 4 range if he plays the full season. That's pretty good.
Tommy Edmonds stepping into the dish. One of my favorites. I'm thinking this guy's poised for a huge year. Maybe not from any one in particular standpoint, but I think just the fact that, as we were saying, he can play multiple positions as he grounds up the middle. Richard comes across, throws it, he's safe.
But I'm thinking Tommy Edman had a pretty nice WAR last year as well. I didn't let him get play time.
No, Tommy Edman. Yeah, and for those at home that are wondering, because obviously I know, but what is WAR? Wins above replacement.
Yeah, wins above replacement. WAR is basically how many wins.
Tommy Edman was safe, as I called it.
There we go, great. Wins above replacement is how many wins you as an individual player create above the average replacement player in baseball. which is a combination of all the stats, defense, running, hitting, all combined from every player in the entire league. So there's a baseline of 0 for what the average replacement player is and how many wins you create above that. So average is like 1 to 2. Like an all-star is in the 3 to 4 range. MVP level is 6+.
Well, there you go.
We didn't have any
Colton Wong, a little bit
6+
above
players last year.
As they make-
No 6+ players, unfortunately.
as there's been a review. It did not take long. Tommy Edman safe at first, as I originally told the world. Blown call at first. The replay goes to the Cardinals. Tommy Edman at first. And that'll bring in Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt's a guy where a lot of people were expecting, you know, he had a decent year last year, but I think a lot of people were expecting a lot of big things. I mean, this is a perennial all-star MVP candidate, you know, 5-tool player. Doesn't really run as much as he used to, but at one point, this is one of the scariest hitters in the game.
I would still say he ranks as one of the scariest hitters in the game because he doesn't swing much at outside pitches. As you see, he just laid off a really nice pitch there.
As he takes ball 1 outside.
He has great power still. He hasn't lost anything, I don't think. I think he suffered from a run of a little bit of bad luck. He's in a much worse stadium for hitters. You know, Arizona is one of the best stadiums for hitters. In addition to it being a larger field,
Right.
it's also in Arizona where the air is thinner, so the balls just travel more. So he'll be okay. I have great faith in Goldschmidt this year.
I'm sure, yeah. Everybody's expecting a big bounce back season. Hopefully, some of those MVP candidate numbers. As Tommy Edman dives headfirst back.
And a 3.2 WAR last year in only 92 games. That's really, really good.
I mean, I'm talking when I spoke to John Mozeliak last year, personally, and
Not a joke.
I had
Really
a
did.
I had a discussion with him where I said, "Hey, this Tommy Edman kid, loving what I'm seeing out of him. Is he staying up here?" You know, it was around the time where maybe a move could have been made, and he assured me he was here for good, here to stay as he dives back into first base. Another guy with great speed, so that'll be something you can play with here, especially with a guy like Goldschmidt, who not only can you know, get on base, but just makes contact in general to avoid a lot of double plays.
Not a large strikeout guy. We do have an issue at the end of our lineup, bad strikeout numbers. But the other guys actually have really, really good strikeout numbers. That's going to be a strength of the Cardinals. I hope we can get O'Neill and Bader out.
Oh, Goldschmidt just
I hope we can get
tags
Bader-
one,
At least
foul.
O'Neill out of the lineup. I can see Bader staying because of his defense, but O'Neill just cannot stay. He's not a starting player.
I'm going to go ahead and make a bold prediction here and say that the lineup that we see more towards the middle to late September portion of the season will look nothing like what we're seeing right now. I think there's going to be a lot of moving around that 7 through 9 spot. Some of those guys are probably, you know, not going to be everyday players. And I think we're going to have some call-ups, and I think there's going to be a lot of shaking. I mean, there's a lot, like I said earlier, a lot of depth in the outfield this year for St. Louis. As Edman takes off for second, and he is out at second. We might have another replay here. Tommy Edman refusing to leave second base.
I didn't get a good look at that. It was too fast for my eye.
It looked like a bang-bang play. I think he might have snuck in there, but we're going to have to go to a replay here as Mike Schilt, once again, covered in white. I'm trying to figure out, and I guess they've decided that there will be no challenge of that play. Let's see here. As he
Not a great
slides
angle.
in.
Oh, he looks safe.
He,
That's safe.
let's see. It's a bang call. I think in that situation.
Not
it's
very
just
good
a-
camera work there, I have to say. Usually they do better.
Yeah. Well, I think they should just put a camera in the second basement. But Nick, thank you so much for stopping in. We'll bring you back throughout the course of the game. We'll have you, we'll have some opinions here as we take a short break, and we will be back here for the bottom of the third. Top of the fourth, actually. That went as we just finished the bottom of the third. We'll be right back. This is Cardinals baseball on the show at opening night.
You're good at that. You know a
You give
lot.
me good setups. Good setups.
You know a lot.
Well,
Are you schwitzing over there?
play fancy baseball about as much as I have. They need to get into Flaherty. Flaherty has some really good stuff to talk about.
No, it's, I mean, you know the numbers. we have to keep you around. I don't think there's any question that you have a role here with the baseball.
Weird with no sound.
Where the sound?
Yeah. Is there any way to like project this like in the corner? I guess you can't even play. If you want to put this on YouTube, what I told Josh would be cool is if there was a green screen and you like project you guys in front of the game.
Well,
But
we
you couldn't
thought
even put that
about
on
that.
YouTube.
We can't do it. We can't have the game.
You couldn't put that on YouTube. Yeah.
Right.
Copyright strike
Yeah,
or
we-
something like that.
Right. It would be, that's illegal. I mean,
Well, yeah, you better have express written consent. Major League Baseball.
I don't think we do.
That's a joke.
We're, I
No
know,
repercussions,
we're
no
lacking
express
express written consent. We wrote down, we didn't get the right back. Oh, look at you, you pulled up your little fan graph stuff.
Oh yeah,
there.
that's where I get all my info.
I was like, does he just know this
Great.
stuff?
No, I only pulled it up for Tommy Edman. The rest of it I did know.
Okay, you say so.
I promise.
I believe.
Newman up to bat. No balls, one strike. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Molina, 91-mile-per-hour pitch. On the top of the fourth, Flaherty's had 33 pitches thus far in the game.
Very low amount.
Very low amount of pitches so far.
The second most valuable fastball in baseball last year.
That was looked like a little, maybe a slider or a curveball. I got a piece of it dropped.
That was a curve.
I'm hearing,
Molina.
I'm hearing from in the broadcast booth, he had the most valuable fastball in baseball last year. Second most.
To Garrett Cole.
To Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole obviously had a great year last year, and after what we saw last night in a shortened game, still looking sharp, still looking like he's worth every penny of the Yankees game.
30 eyes in at Molina, looks for the pitch. Working
1-2
out of the
behind.
wind up.
That's a shot in the center field for a base hit. That's the first base
Right
hit
up
of
the
the
middle,
year
Bader
for the
scoops
Pittsburgh
it up,
Pirates.
throws it into second.
There goes the perfect game, folks. Unfortunately, we're not going to see one tonight. I thought we were going to bring you a little magic, but we'll see what we can do with the rest of the game.
We've already had some magic. That home run was magical.
It was very magical. As Nooms, as they call him on the Pirates, rips a base hit into center field. The Pirates have their first base runner of the game here in the top of the fourth. Still only at 35 pitches though for Jack Flaherty, which is a great sign. You know, you want to see your guy can average around 10 to 12 pitches an inning. You're thinking you're gonna get a lot of you'll be able to stretch him out a little bit. I think that's what they really want to do. here with
Brian
Flaherty.
Reynolds steps in from the left side of the plate. Looking from the stretch.
B-Ray, as apparently he's known as, he grounds into second
Coming
base.
play
Cole
ball,
Wong
turns
over to
it.
DeYoung.
Oh, he
DeYoung
holds
on the
on
turn.
to it. Couldn't get it out of his glove.
But they do get the out at second.
Trade
They,
places. They trade places.
a bobbled handoff between the glove and the hand by DeYoung. Even with the slip up right there, as we saw last year,
Too easily.
Cole Wong and Paul DeYoung turning into quite the infield pair. They turned quite a few double plays last year. It's going to be exciting to watch them. These two young stars growing in front of our eyes. Everybody, Cole Wong hanging loose from Hawaii. As Adam
Wow.
Frazier steps in. First pitch. Outside. Ball one. For those of you at home, let's see.
Adjusts his elbow guard, adjusts his helmet, steps in, taps the plate.
Young was really undervalued defensively last year.
DeYoung, I'm hearing, was very undervalued last year. Defensively, a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people just look at his pop, don't realize that he's a very capable shortstop for the Cardinals. As Adam Frazier fouls one off down the first baseline. Flaherty, a guy that had a lot of attention this offseason with all the unrest and tension going on in the world, but he was a man that stood strong to his values and saying, that we all need to, look at the world, look at the way things are going, and I applaud the man for speaking up. A lot of big time athletes choose to stay quiet as to not hurt, any reputation or their standing with the fans, but he was very outspoken. As Frazier rips one down the left field line, that's going to move the runner over to second. We got runners at first and second with one
Takes it
out.
the other way. That was a nice bit of hitting there.
Adam Frazier, I'd say Adam Frazier and Josh Bell, pretty much, the faces offensively for the Pirates here. A couple of veterans on the team. As we take a look at the replay, outside pitch, and Frazier just rips it through the hole between third and short. Flaherty, though, these are the moments we look at in Flaherty. He's not really a guy that gets shaken very often. So
Pretty composed on the mound.
very much so. Just kind of goes in, puts his head down, and does what he needs to do. But he's going to have a tough situation here with one out as Josh Bell, who had a great year offensively last year. One of the highlights for sure for a Pirates team that did not do great, but not a big showing out there in the home run derby last year. But in the real games, as he just
Oh boy, I
skies
gotta hate
one
that one.
out to right field, Dexter Fowler under it, throws into third, no tag, no advancement of the runners.
Cut off.
As we said,
Nice play, nice
Jack,
play.
Jack Flaherty staying composed and getting the out. As we have 2 down here at the top of the 4th, Jack Flaherty walking around conferring with his infielders as Colin Moron steps into the batter's box here. He lined out his first appearance in the 2nd inning. Big prospect for the Pirates. Some people say he hasn't really panned out the way they hoped, but not a particularly old guy, and still got time. He's batting in a
Beard
Yeah.
makes him look older.
he's batting in a nice spot here in the 5 spot where guys like Adam
Nice
Frazier and
pitch.
Josh Bell are going to get on base. So he's going to have a good opportunity to drive in some runs this year. As you see last year, he batted 328, 7 home runs, 69 RBIs with runners in scoring position last year. 69 RBIs with runners in scoring position. He'll see if he can get RBI number 1 with
Flaherty's
runners in
got-
scoring position. this year.
12 pitches at 95 miles per hour plus.
Well, he can bring the heat if he wants to. He can also 30 something with some movement, cool it a
Location.
little bit as he brings it in here.
Ooh, he
A
swung.
rough swing right there by Moron, and it's an 0-2 count here as Jack Flaherty at 42 pitches, looking to get out of this one unscathed.
Pitch in the dirt, inside, all kinds of bad.
Colin Moron living up to his name with that swing.
Taps the play,
I wonder.
bat
What-
over the shoulder.
I wonder. Well, we'll see what Jack Flaherty does here. And then I'll either go on with my point or wait until the bottom of the 4th. From the stretch, he deals. Swing! and a miss. Colin Moron goes down swinging.
Boy,
The
oh boy,
threat is
that's a
over.
pitch. That's a pitch right there.
When we
Perfect
come
location.
back here in the bottom of the 4th, I'm going to talk about what potentially the impact of no fans does. We'll see what everybody thinks about whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for the hometown and the away teams. As the noise will be reduced.
When they're piping noise in. They're
Oh,
bringing
yeah.
some
Yeah.
faux noise
Well-
into the stadium.
We'll get to all that in the bottom of the 4th as we come back right after this. But first, everybody, here's a fun game for you.
Oh, this is great.
Since we don't exactly have the jumbo screen, we're going to bring back one of everybody's favorite games, the Cap Dance, ladies and gentlemen. See if you can tell me where it's at. All right, here we go. All right, for the people at home, which
Anyone have a
hat
guess?
is it? Under
Anyone have a
is it
guess?
hat
I'm
1,
gonna say,
hat 2, or hat 3?
I'm gonna say this one.
Oh,
Oh,
Byron
shucks.
pulling a Colin Moron right there. It's not hat number 1. Is it hat number 3? No, if you guessed hat number 2, you're a big winner. At home. This is a baseball I beat out running after.
Excuse me?
I beat out. It was a foot race between me and a child at a game, and I said, kid, I've never
You got
caught a
plenty
ball
of
either,
years.
all right? Yeah, you got plenty of time. That's the hat dance, everybody. Everybody's favorite game.
Great game.
And yeah, and now here we are, folks. We're back here, bottom of the fourth, as Goldschmidt digs back in after
Foul ball in the third.
did not get an
Goes
opportunity
behind home plate.
to complete his at bat after the Tommy Edmond being
Musgrove's
thrown
at
out.
50 pitches.
But yeah, Musgrove, yeah, at 50 pitches, looks like it's you know, I don't know, the way that they're playing with the pitchers. I mean, if anything I saw yesterday was any indication, Musgrove maybe looking at maybe 1 or 2 more innings here. You know, early parts of the season, you don't want to get the guys out there too long, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe you do stretch them a little bit since they did miss all that spring training. You want to see how those arms are doing.
It's a short season.
It is a short season. You got to give them everything you got. Paul Goldschmidt with an 0-2 count here as he leads off from the bottom of the fourth. Musgrove.
He's got an intimidating stare at the plate, doesn't he?
He's got a little bit of a look. As it's an outside pitch, Goldschmidt takes
6'3",
For ball one.
225. Out of
Wilmington,
Delaware.
Delaware.
I didn't know there was a hot spot of ball players, Delaware, but
You know what? It's not, but
I didn't think so.
Aubrey Plaza is from there. As he takes ball 2, low and outside.
81-mile pitch.
Paul Goldschmidt, some say he's, you know, the true native son of Delaware representation. Him and presidential candidate Joe Biden, both Delaware, you know, peoples.
That's Pennsylvania. Batted
Delaware.
366
Did he go
against
to
the
Delaware?
Pirates last year with 7 home runs and 23 RBIs.
I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, it's between Goldschmidt and Joe Flacco, and I think Goldschmidt's nose by a nose, leading in the biggest representation for Delaware at the moment. As he looks in, suddenly from an 0-2 count, the count is 3-2. Takes ball 4 outside.
Base
Great
runner for the
job.
Redbirds.
Great job right there by Paul Goldschmidt. 5 pitch at bat. I guess he's not from. He is. I don't know. He went. I think he went to Delaware.
He's been there.
He's driven through Delaware.
I think he
It's
went
a very
to,
small
I think he
state.
went to school in Delaware.
Actually, I think he's the senator. Was the senator of Delaware.
Who knows? What am I supposed to know about Delaware? Let's be
This
honest.
is not much.
Dover, baby.
You're Della unaware.
As Wayne Campbell would say, "Hi, I'm in Delaware." That was from Wayne's World 1. Everybody, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Big baseball movie. As Paul Young steps in with a runner at first, swing. 0-1 count as Musgrove up to 56 pitches here. You know, it's interesting. The pitchers were going very quick innings. You know, about 7-8 pitches an inning, and now things have settled in. The batters are starting to take a little bit more, starting to get a little bit better feel for what the pitchers are doing. And Musgrove, at least, has been you know, stretched out here. As he looks in, Goldschmidt at first, Paul DeYoung at the plate. The pitch.
Ooh, right on the top edge of the,
Could have gone
of
either
the zone. Could have gone either way.
but it's a ball. Ball 1-1 the count here.
Goldschmidt, not really a threat to steal a base. I don't know. You know,
Uh,
Stolen over
I mean-
30 bases in a season before.
Yeah, Goldschmidt,
how many years ago was it?
like I said, at one point, Goldschmidt was a guy that hit. It was like, you know, he was like a 30-30
Very
candidate.
smart runner.
Yeah, but his running opportunities have been reduced over the years.
Musgrove misses outside and low with off-speed pitch.
You know, these Pittsburgh Pirates, I'll tell you, they're a dangerous team in a shortened season because for a while last year, they actually had a pretty nice little run going, and I believe around the All-Star break, they were in the top 3 in the NL Central. But in a shortened season, if they, you know, can get a nice little run
That's gonna
going,
get out of play.
they're going to have a chance, especially with the expanded playoffs. You know, this is a Pittsburgh Pirates team that being young and maybe being fresh enough down the stretch, they could have a shot at making one of those extra playoff spots.
What do you think they're gonna do with all the foul balls that go in the stands? Are they gonna toss them back and reuse them this year?
I'd have a.
You know, are
well,
they gonna donate them to some sort of kids charity or something?
I think, yeah, it'll be some sort of thing. where,
Reusing is not what's gonna happen, but they could use them for batting practice or something. I mean, no one's taking them. What are you gonna do?
Going back to what the Dodgers were doing and what some other teams are doing with the cardboard
Oh,
fans.
yeah.
I did hear. I think I heard something during the game where they said if I don't know if it was the Dodgers or they just said some teams were doing it. As Paul DeYoung swings and misses
Steve
a high and
Riley.
inside pitch. Fourth strikeout of the night for Moose.
There's a petition
That's the
going
problem.
around locally here in St. Louis. I don't know if it's left the region or city yet. Maybe it'll get some traction to fill the green seats with cutouts of Brett Hall when he's
Oh.
doing his little, thing like that.
I'm all for that. I'm
So
all for,
I've seen that on Facebook and I support that.
I saw some. I like I said. I don't know if they were saying
Somebody
it
doesn't swing the first pitch.
was the Dodgers, but they were saying something about if the ball goes foul and hits one of the cardboard cutouts, if it's your cardboard cutout,
They send it to
they
you.
will send you the ball. Yes. I was
He did
thinking
not swing at the first pitch. He never does.
a fun
Ever.
thing.
Never ever.
A fun thing that they could do is put the cardboard cutouts, behind the plate, in the green seats, in the lower level, and get rid of the net. And if it fouls back and it knocks
Yeah,
your
like
head
a
off,
carnival game.
yeah, very
That's
fun. Little,
Matt
little
Carpenter
bonus.
swings less than any player in baseball.
And there it is, the Matt Carpenter, not swinging that much. He swings it that one though,
Down
and
the
foul.
first base.
Yeah. 1-1, the 0-2 count. Coming up after this.
I wonder if the cutouts are gonna be laminated or weatherproof in some way.
I don't. If I'm thinking maybe you have to weatherproof them because you never know if a storm's going to roll in, especially
Sure.
in St. Louis, could come out of nowhere.
Are they gonna collect them overnight and store them in a closet, or are they just gonna remain there even on off days?
It's a great question, and I guess by the looks of things in the crowd, it's not something we're going to have to worry about here in St. Louis. As Matt Carpenter
Ooh,
swings,
85 mile per hour pitch, low in
misses
the zone.
Musgrove with his fifth strikeout of the night, and suddenly after the walk to Paul Goldschmidt,
We got
it's 2 outs here at the bottom of the fourth.
Cardinals still lead by 1.
Still up 1-0. This is the thing a lot of people were talking about. When on paper, when you look at that part of the Cardinals lineup, you're looking at a team where they should be able to score some runs. But last year's scoring runs was a bit of a factor at some points. And now, looking at this, once you get past Carpenter, now you're down to 6, 7, 8, 9 spot. You got Yachty, Dexter Fowler, Tyler O'Neill, Harrison Bader. Not a lot of pop there. As Yadier looks in, takes strike one.
Looking at that, off speed again, 81 miles per hour.
Yadier Molina, I'm not totally sure if that's stuff he put on his face or he's just looking particularly dirty today, but he's got a look going.
He
It's
does
very
have a
interesting.
little grind factor.
Maybe that is the new tattoo that he got on the offseason. He walked in and said, "Put a little dirt on your face." The 0-1 pitch is in there, and it's ball one. 1-1 count.
He's got bubble gum.
Yadier Molina was, talking and saying that he would, of course, love to finish out his career in St. Louis. Would love to get a couple more years out here. What are your thoughts? At 38 years old.
38, we're reaching the end. As a catcher, that's a tough position. It's a brutal position. Take a lot of physical wear and tear on your body back there.
Yeah, Molina rips one that's shortstop.
That's
Throws over to
the
second base. Paul
end of the
Goldschmidt's
fourth.
thrown out. Another quick inning here.
I think,
everybody, is
I think he's committed enough, to the team and to the community that he will end his career here.
mhm.
I don't think there's any. I don't know what his contract looks like right now. I'm sure someone else in the room does. But if he could play another 2 or 3 years tops, I think that's it. Then he retires as a Cardinal.
Yeah, I would love to see that. He's one of those guys where if he were to go to a different team, it'd be very odd to see. I mean, he's been here.
He said he won't.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
he said
It
if the
makes sense
Cardinals
for him to
if the
finish
Cardinals
here.
don't extend him or give him a new deal, then that's just going to be it. He's in the midst of a 3-year, $60 million deal, a little back end deal there for him.
Sure.
We're getting paid
Keep him around.
for services due.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, as we go, final year of that 3-year deal, contract here.
And
And,
give him another
I'm
2-year
sure.
deal on top of that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
why
at 40, 41 years old, it's probably time to hang up the cleats anyway.
I mean, the catcher position is a tough position to, maintain just being in the league at all for as long as, to be a starter, to go out there and play, 145, 150 games or however many he plays. It's very rarely seen, even at his age, not a guy that likes to take days off, likes to, be in the game, be out there, be with his guys. So, and I think at this point, as good as a backup as Matt Wieters is, I think Yadier Molina's got to be the guy that you throw out there, at least, 5-6 games a week. Matt Wieters is a very good, very capable backup, power bat. At times had a lot of big hits and pinch hit situations.
First overall pick.
Possibly first overall pick. We'll have to look at these
Colton
stats.
Wong.
Colton Wong out there. Once again, the Gold Glover as Flaherty looks in against Osuna, who takes ball 1. Osuna, fresh off his 69 hits last year. The big
Little known fact,
Venezuela.
comes from a long line, multi-generation worm farmer. in his hometown.
Oh, very nice.
It's a fishing village and worm farmer.
I wonder how that helped him, in his preparation for a career in the big leagues as he takes strike 1
He's familiar
on
with
the
dirt.
outside there. This is true, yeah. Doesn't swing in the dirt a lot because he's very
Right,
familiar
protective.
with hovering around it.
Pitch.
Takes the 1-1.
Falls in the
That
dirt.
one's in the dirt. As you see, very respectful.
Effortlessly. by
Immediately
Williams.
checking the dirt to see if any worms were hurt there. Luckily,
I think they remove them. One's bound to pop up some once in a while.
but that's what happens when you have a top-notch grounds crew like we have here.
Mhm.
Swing.
Ooh,
You miss a
look at
big
that.
cut right there, and the count moves to 2-2. By the way, for those of you at home that are fans of the daily fantasy sports, we'll give you a quick update here of
What's
who
happening?
some of the top performers are today after we take this pitch from Flaherty just outside on the corner, low and outside. 3-2 count coming up here.
Full count.
All right, let's see.
30 at 48 pitches. He was 0 for 1 for the day. Big swing and a
Miss.
big miss.
Osuna.
4th strike.
Down and out. I'll tell you right now, what I've seen from Flaherty so far, he's every bit of what everybody was hoping he was going to be. He's looked great. He's looked sharp. Only the 4 strikeouts, but very efficient early on. He's given up the 1 hit or 2 hits. I'm sorry, and here in the top of the 5th inning, only at 49 pitches with 1 out. Looking like he could at least give you probably another 2, maybe even 3, depending on how these innings go.
Sure.
As Heredia steps in to swing.
Weak looking
misses
effort there by Heredia.
at a low pitch for an 0-1 count. Here's a breakdown of Jack Flaherty's pitching throughout the game so far. 8 pitches in the first, 11 in the second, 12 in the third, about 11 or so in the fourth. And here we are in the 5th, and he's got like 6 or 7. As he pitches in here, and it's ripped right at
What
Tommy
a
Edman.
play. That's your guy. You love that
Beautiful play at
guy.
third base. Tommy
Number
Edman.
19.
I'll tell you right now,
The hot corner.
this kid, I love it.
That was a great play. Let's see a replay of that.
Yes, please. Heredia just absolutely rips one at third base. Tommy Edman,
Oh,
no fear,
right there.
no fear at all. As he
Goes
makes
down to one hand and a knee, right back on his feet.
Mhm.
Beautiful play.
2 outs now. Another quick inning here, potentially. Flaherty looks at Jacob Stalls.
Stalls. Tall stalls.
Going into this game, he's 0 for 1, which leaves him at 69 career hits for Stallings. Looking to
It's
make
a
it
magic
70.
number.
69 is a very magical number. As he pops this one up, this one floating. Goldschmidt in foul
Just foul,
territory,
just foul.
makes the catch. And that's going to do it, folks. Another quick inning for
Speedy inning
Flaherty.
for Flaherty.
We're
You know,
through.
this is Flaherty's 68th game.
It is. And the next one will be his 69th, creeping in on 70. Very nice job by Jack Flaherty as he ends the inning here. Let's see. Let's go see if we can give you guys a little update here in the daily fantasy sports. Jack Flaherty, our starting pitcher, currently at 26 points through 4 innings, 2 hits and 4 strikeouts. Having a nice game so far.
Take a look at the weekend schedule here. We got the Pirates in town again tomorrow at 1:15 and again
Afternoon
on
game.
Sunday. Back-to-back day baseball, which you know everybody loves that in the summertime when it's 99 degrees outside. Tomorrow's supposed to be a scorcher, by the way. Over 100-degree heat index.
So luckily for us, we'll be watching it from inside.
And I guess where I'm going to be.
Where's that?
The pool.
Of course. I knew he was gonna say it. I just let him dish it out, folks. Update. I'm sorry. Jack Flaherty is at 27 points. A nice day for him in the Daily Fantasy Sports League. If you picked him up, as I did,
You did?
I did.
Good for you.
Picked up a couple Cardinals too, so I could use some runs here as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Let's see.
See what we got going. I got some information. It looks like they threw in an extra commercial on us this time. Here's some scores from around the
Yeah,
league.
let's go around the league, Byron. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Toronto at Tampa Bay. Toronto's up 6-3 in the bottom of the 8th. 5-2 Miami over Philly. Cleveland's got a 2-run lead in the 7th over Kansas City.
Very nice.
Milwaukee's trailing Chicago Cubs. It's 3-0 Chicago. That looks like it's the top of the 9th there. That game's almost over. Boston, huge scoring day for them. 10 runs to 0.
Oh boy, not missing Mookie Betts at all.
No. Colorado, 0-0 scoreless game in the bottom of the 4th with Texas. Minnesota and the White Sox are tied 5-5 currently. Seattle's up 1-0 over Houston. I always forget there's a Seattle team, I'll be honest with you. That kind of caught me by surprise. Yeah, Mariners. Here we are back. We got Musgrove still on the mound at 67 pitches. Fowler in the box, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Nobody on base, nobody out.
I'll tell you, we were just talking about going around the league and looking at these scores. That Cleveland game right now. Cleveland's got Shane Bieber in there.
Any relation?
I'd have to assume he's pitching a hell of a game right now, though. Shane Bieber through 6 innings has 14 strikeouts.
Whoa!
1 walk, 4 hits.
It's like a
And
Baker's
Cleveland-
dozen plus 1.
Cleveland has a 2-0 lead over the Kansas City Royals. The Mike Matheny managed Kansas City Royals. Back in the
Lousy
days for
swing
Mike
by
Matheny.
Fowler. Lousy swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He swung at an inside low pitch.
Pretty classic Fowler swing. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, if Fowler can just figure out a way to tighten that up, it's going to be huge for the St. Louis Cardinals team. But Fowler's really got to just kind of, I think he's just got to take his time. And I think there's been a lot of pressure on him. He signed a big deal to come over here from the Cubs. And that in itself, just being, a former Cub coming into St. Louis is a lot of pressure on. So as
That's
Fowler
a rip.
shoots one
That's
out
a
the right
rip.
field,
That's
this one's
deep
back.
as
It's
it
at the
gets.
track. It's at the wall. Fowler's out of here. As I said, as long as Fowler can make a little bit of contact, he's going to be just fine as the fireworks are back out. Cardinals up 2-0 on the second home run of the game. Dexter Fowler shooting out in the right field. And just like that, I told you
Big rip.
this is what I said about Dexter Fowler. He's a guy that came in here. He's a lot of expectations. If he can just get the bat on the ball more, then there's a
Just
lot of
over
good
the
things that can
wall.
happen. Tyler
Tyler
O'Neill.
plate.
Speaking of home
Looks
runs,
at a
Tyler
curveball
O'Neill.
come in on the inside corner.
Cardinals.
O'Neill's taking a walk down into the clubhouse. Pretty proud of himself, as he should be.
I'd be happy with myself. Tyler O'Neill stepping in.
Like the sock game on this kid, though. I'm a big fan of the Sox.
Ooh, he's
Is that gonna get down?
Gonna
No,
go
that's
up to
gonna-
center field.
that's,
So we have center fielder
The
Gerard
mask.
Dyson. Zumbaya. with the catch.
my Lord Zumbaya.
As we get the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I'll tell you, Joe
I met
Musgrove.
Harrison Bader once.
Oh, did you?
I told you guys that
Yeah,
story.
how'd it go? Please. give
Interesting
us the
guy.
story.
Interesting. He's a character.
Uh-huh.
He's he likes to go around town and meet with the locals.
Oh,
He's,
yeah.
he's a man of the people.
His curls are rivaled only by me, and that'll be on maybe one of the next pregame shows. We'll talk to that. We'll have a comparison.
Yes. I mean, as everyone knows, if you are a fan at all,
As Bader
here at the
takes
show at night, we've got strong hair game.
that.
We appreciate it.
They
And others
voted,
as well.
voted best hair in St. Louis shows on YouTube that some people watch. 4 years in a row, somehow. As Bader swings at a pitch outside, low and away. 0-2 on Bader. I gotta say, it's interesting. As much as we sat here and we talk about this bottom half of the lineup, especially the 7, 8, 9 hitters, so far the 7 and 8 spot producing all of the offensive power here so far. Let's see what Bader can do as he takes.
Ooh, that was well framed by the catcher. That pitch looked.
Trump's been giving that all game.
Well, he brought it back in. Let's get a replay.
The ump seems to be giving
Strikeout looking.
ump seems to be given at least 2 or 3 inches off.
See
the
what this
plate
is
as we
on the
check
box.
replay.
That's
Yeah.
outside. He brings it back in.
The framing was nothing to do with that. He's been giving that call all.
Just saying, just calling it like I see it.
Rough one there. for
75
Bader.
pitches from Musgrove.
As
Colton hung over 2 with a pop out and a ground out. Patch on the left side of the plate.
Cold Wall
Leans
as we
back.
said.
Little wobble in his stance there.
Ripped over to the right field, and it's gonna be down.
Oh, man.
Foul.
Foul
looks
ball
like it-
just outside the line. Heredia looked like he was going to toss it into the stands, and there's no one there to toss it to.
Kind of looked
I
like
guess
it was
he
on,
forgot.
Kind of looked on the line to me, but I guess the umpire thought it was just foul.
Let's
Let's
see.
see.
Let's take a look
Here's
at
a
that.
replay here, and
Oh boy, is that close!
yeah,
There's some
missed it.
white dust kicking up.
I think it just missed it. Great
Just
eyes
missed it.
there by the first base umpire.
Heredia had no one to toss the souvenir to.
It's
That's-
worth
that's
noting
sad.
the first base umpire wearing the least protective looking mask out of anybody at the game so far.
Like a
Yes,
coffee filter.
It is a little bit. It's about to perform open heart surgery after the game. As Colin Wong takes strike 2.
Well,
I
in
know
the
some-
offseason, he's a dental hygienist, I believe.
Well. I wonder he's still, I can't tell you. I can't attest to how his teeth look because they are being covered currently. Colton Wong swings and fouls one off at the third baseline, 0-2, and we'll do it one more time as Musgrove here in the bottom of the 5th at 78 pitches. I'll tell you, based off how he was looking earlier, things have really taken a turn for him. As I said, both pitches earlier, very, very low pitch
Efficient,
counts.
very efficient early innings.
Musgrove giving up a couple home runs and a couple of men on base, but not too much as Colton Wong takes inside.
Ooh, catcher tried to do the same thing. No. Look at Fowler. He's still telling his teammates how he hit the ball out of the
I
park.
don't have anything bad to say about Fowler.
Neither do I. He's a nice guy.
346 on base.
346 on base last year, I'm hearing for Fowler. So that's a good number.
Those are great numbers.
That's a rip. Is that going to get down? Is that
This
the
one is
gap?
in the gap.
A
This one
gapper!
is
A
a gap.
gapper! Oh, and foul double by the center fielder. He's going for 3, and he's in.
And he's in safely, folks. He hits to the plate. Oh, and he is.
Oh, that's not even
Missed
close.
by a mile. Oh, well, looks like he started to dive a little
Yeah,
early
he got
going into home
he
there.
got a little hitch in his giddy up there. Oh boy, that was exciting.
A potential for the little league inside the park home run as he stumbles.
Oh no!
You can see it right there.
It
He
is tagged
stumbles.
right in the face.
If he stays up and is able to keep his stride going,
He
he
never even
potentially-
touches the plate.
Potentially
Oh,
could
You know what this
get
would
around
be a
the
good
track.
opportunity for?
What's that?
A reenactment.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, please. This is Byron's going to show you.
You want me to play one here? I got my catcher.
Okay, I'll be playing the role of Colton Wong here, and Byron will be the catcher.
Catcher. Okay. So we'll just do it right here. Okay, so you're coming in.
He was coming in hot,
Ball
and he
coming.
went,
And then I tag him right in the face like that, and then the plate's way over here. He
Plate's
never
over there.
gets it.
That's what just happened.
You're not gonna get action like that on ESPN, folks. Your move, Rod. All right, well, as we go to the top of the sixth, I'll tell you, it's
Should we bring our knowledgeable man in for this inning?
yeah, well,
Yeah,
I'll
what are we
let-
switching out here?
I'll let Nick come in here. No, you stay. You and Nick have a little bit of
Oh, okay.
a chat. I'm gonna step away, and then we'll all get together here. As I'll let Nick take over here for the top of the sixth, and we'll see. I'll see you all back here in just a bit.
Enjoy yourself.
I will.
Don't forget to take your beer with you, sir. Nice to see you again, my friend.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Got the beard game coming again.
Yeah, I haven't shaved in a minute. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the razor on the face. It,
Well, right.
it burns. I'm not a good shaver. I literally cut myself every time.
Is that right?
Not a good
I have
shaver.
no problem out here, you know.
I learned how to shave watching The Simpsons.
That's a mistake.
Yeah. Put
That
a
might
little
be-
paper on my face just like Homer.
That might be
Yeah.
one thing you don't want to get from that show. But here we are coming back to the ball game. I mean, definitely less commercial. So from the left side of the plate, Flaherty's
It's a great thing. Yeah.
dice.
Flaherty has a bit of a split, but not actually a huge split. He obviously pitches better against right-handers. Lefties hit him just a little bit more. He strikes them out fewer. They have a better batting average, but
One ball,
not by much.
That's a strike on the 95 mile an hour
Dyson
fastball.
used
Catches
to
the
be the
outside.
fastest player in baseball years ago. He's like Josh said, his 10th season. Lost his step.
Wearing a mask at the plate and a gold chain.
Good info. Good info.
Grounder to second, easy play to first to Goldschmidt, round the horn.
Gold Glover.
Dyson's
Long throws
out.
him out easy.
Here we go, our difference maker.
I have to say I'm extremely encouraged by this outing by Flaherty. Obviously, I was excited anyway.
Well, you don't know what you're gonna get with the downtime and you know what I mean? It wasn't a whole lot of
He's
spring
looking,
training. He looks pretty crisp. He looks like he's got control
he
of
hasn't
all his
lost
pitches.
anything from last season. Dear God, he's good.
Top of the sixth with one out.
He's really shown with all of his pitches. Every single pitch that he's thrown, his fastball, his changeup, his curve, have all looked really, really good. Particularly
There's
the
only
fastball, though.
57 pitches
Yeah,
through
that's
this inning.
that's really, really low count.
Yeah, that's a
for the
low
sixth-
count.
in the sixth inning.
Here we go. From the wind up.
I don't want to take anything away from Flaherty, but obviously he's facing a pretty weak Pittsburgh lineup. They got one or two hitters that are really
Sure.
sure in there, but yeah. Bell was an all-star last year for a good reason.
Well, he's a quality player. I mean, I think you and Josh spoke
Yeah,
to it
also-
earlier. They're the best player on the roster, right?
Easily their best player.
Right.
He's a great player. He's not just a good player. 37 home runs last year. That's the most by the Pirates since Brian Giles. Most home runs ever by a first baseman on the Pirates, I think.
Here we go. Fouled back. That was a good pitch. I think we've had 3 consecutive 95 mile an hour pitches. That
Yeah,
one
as
went
I
off. I
said,
caught a little bit of Molina.
As I said, his
Trainer
fastball
comes
was the second most valuable
Mhm.
fastball in all of baseball last year. That's so the way the value on the pitch works. There's a numerical value attributed to that to how often people swing and miss and how often they get out on your pitch versus how often they get hits. So
He took that fast.
Yeah.
Molina took it right off his right shoulder.
used
That's
to
gonna
it.
sting.
yeah,
He's tough. Here we go. Steps into the plate. Couple practice swings. Front leg aligned with the back leg. Swing and a miss on a pitch low and outside. Flaherty is hitting his spots tonight.
We have to be incredibly encouraged for not only this season but really going
The
forward.
future.
He's only 24.
Right.
The
He's a
youngest
kid.
Cardinals
guy.
youngest Cardinals opening day starter since Joe McGrain.
Is that right?
You may remember Joe McGrain, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
He was
I
great
didn't realize he
until
was
he,
that. I didn't realize
yeah.
he was that young when he was young.
yeah. Well, when he was our opening day starter, the youngest opening day starter since McGrain, who had a great career, so he blew his elbow out.
I must say, I'm not loving the yellow trim on Yachty's equipment. don't know, I'd go with white, or, I'm just saying,
People have different
styles.
styles.
Aesthetics.
Yachty's obviously more flamboyant than we are. As far as
Well,
clothing goes, lots of tattoos,
Yeah.
jewelry.
Clarity from the windup, glove over the head, pitch comes in. Ooh, 79 mile
Little
per hour, hanger curve ball.
right there.
Yeah, I was out of the zone. I was up top.
Not a good
So-
follow through.
Almost a good. It didn't drop in. That was a hittable pitch if it falls into the zone.
Probably. Reynolds actually was a surprise player for the Pirates last year. Turned out to be really good. That's why he's batting second for them.
94 miles an hour, same spot, but this time a fastball just up and out of the zone.
Talking
Gets him swinging.
analytics, the second position is the most important position.
The second pitch in the
No, the second batter
second
is the most important batter in the lineup. If you're talking analytics strictly.
off to get out or offense just for their team.
Your best hitter.
Your
bats
best hitter has to be the
spot,
second. Got
If you follow analytics closely.
it. Grounded to first. Goldschmidt tosses to Flaherty at first. Easy out.
Not every team does that. Obviously, we have Edmund batting second. Well, Edmund's great if you want to put our
Middle of the
best hitter.
6th inning. Cardinals up 2-0. So what you obviously are the numbers guy.
Mhm.
And where do you see we haven't yet had any opportunity to look at it firsthand. What does our relief pitching look like this year?
It looks pretty similar to last year.
Okay.
We didn't really gain anybody big. It was pretty good last year. Miller had a better season than he had for us. I don't know if you remember when we signed Miller, it was a really big signing.
Andrew Miller, right?
Andrew Miller,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Because at the time he was the best reliever in baseball.
Okay.
He was kind of a disappointment early on. He had a better season last year. Unfortunately, we are not going to have our closer. He's on the he blew his elbow out.
Okay. And who was our closer?
What's his name? His name is escaping me.
That's okay. We don't have him anyway.
As in 3 beers. Yeah.
How do you think? What are your feelings on the new rules? So the specialist, the lefty specialist coming in for one batter, that's out of the equation now. You got to face 3 batters.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
I don't like that.
You
at
don't
all.
like that.
It's
You
not baseball.
would rather have the matchup play.
I would rather them not make not necessarily arbitrary changes, but baseball, you only have a certain amount of players on your team.
Right.
So if you want to designate a spot to some kind of lefty specialist and you feel like that is
That
how you want to
benefits
play the
you,
game,
right.
then you should be able to do it. I don't like the
And,
pitch
well,
clock.
they're,
You only have a
they're-
pitch
they're
clock.
doing it on the pit. Right. It's to speed up the pace of play.
Terrible.
Well, that's
Baseball
one
is
of the
its own
beautiful
game.
things. I think it was in the Ken Burns documentary on baseball.
Mhm.
One of the beautiful things about baseball is it is a timeless.
The only
Right.
sport that doesn't have time. I
Doesn't
love
have
that
time.
documentary, by the way.
Right.
The
Yeah, it's a great documentary.
doc.
Back here, we are here for the bottom of the 6th inning.
Looks like Musgrove is still in. This is also Musgrove's first opening day start. He's his 5th season.
Tommy Edmonds steps in from the left side of the box. It's a strike.
That was a good pitch.
It was a good pitch.
Good chain.
Change
Starting with a
up
chain.
or
That was a
curveball?
chain.
Okay.
That wasn't a curve.
No balls, 1 strike. Musgrove on the mound appears to be working from the stretch.
Musgrove's
with no
career
one on
stats
base.
are kind of playing out. He's been
Ground ball in
he
the
hasn't given up a lot of walks career wise.
dirt. 0-2.
Not a huge strikeout guy. 8 point something strikeouts per 9. His big bugaboo in his career has been
He is a big bugaboo.
home runs. Home
Okay.
runs has been his big issue in his career. Something like 4 point something home runs per 9 given up. You don't want that.
No, he can't give up home runs.
And he hasn't had a lot of base runners, just unfortunately.
I guess pitchers giving up home runs is kind of the equivalent of a quarterback throwing too many interceptions. I mean, maybe even more impactful than that.
I would say less impactful than interceptions because
I know we're talking apples and oranges.
yeah,
but,
because a home run is really still just 1 run. If
well,
you're giving up a lot of base, well, if
could
you're
be
giving
up, could be up to 4.
that is true if you were giving up base runners and those two, that's your issue is giving up base runners.
Right.
Because your pitch count goes up. You're pitching in more
Goldschmidt
stressful
steps in, 1
situations.
out.
The more stressful situations you pitch in, the harder it is on your arm. So giving up base runners is the #1 issue.
Takes the strike low on the
Home
zone.
runs are okay if they're mostly solos. It's still only 2-0. He's
Right.
got up 2 home runs, but it's really only 2-0.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah.
anything, one inning could easily fix that,
Let's hope it doesn't.
Well, obviously, I'm not ready for that.
It's a nice cut, but he puts him in the
Actually,
hole.
I
at
agree,
0-2.
that was a bad cut. He pulled his head on that one.
Okay, I'll go with you on that.
Goldschmidt's not a strikeout guy. Neither is Yachty. Most of our, like I said, the top lineup are not strikeout guys. So he's probably going to put the ball in play here. He'll shorten his swing up and put it in play.
See what happens. From the stretch. Inside takes the pitch at 92 miles an hour, way off the plate inside. 0 for 1 with a walk in the fourth is Goldie.
Always been a strong on base guy. Generally in the 400 range on base average.
That's a big number.
That's a really, really good number for on base average. On base percentage, whatever you call it.
Musgrove eyes. Foul ball down the first baseline. Kind of came in on him. He had to fight it off.
Nobody's talking to Flaherty because he's in a shutout.
That's right. He's got his mask on in the dugout, which is respectful. I like to see that. He's
It's a little strange because nobody's even close to him. So
well, better safe than sorry.
I suppose.
We'll save that for another show.
I mean, I don't want you to like get overheated because you're wearing a mask. That would be bad.
Overheating's bad.
It's pretty hot today. It's muggy.
There
Yeah,
he goes
baby.
down and digs it out.
Shortens the swing up.
Then he choked up,
Nice.
takes it to
Yeah,
left
baby.
field, man on base.
That was a beauty.
That was a nice at bat there by Goldie. Fought off a pitch and then took the one he wanted, kind of dug it out and golfed it out to left field. There's Andrew, the bat boy, ball boy. Everyone loves Andrew. He's master of his craft. Paul DeYoung at the plate.
We need the young to
steps in.
come through this time. Hasn't gotten a hit yet.
And then taps the plate, takes a couple swings, looks at the pitcher. Right-handed batter. Now the man on base, obviously Musgrove still working from the stretch. Surprised he did that with no one on base, but maybe that's just his
Yeah,
his
he's on all
mechanics.
game.
There he goes. A wild pitch. I think you got to call that a wild pitch. That's not a pass ball.
Easily a wild pitch.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, just want to let you quick little. We were talking earlier about things going on as Goldschmidt moves down to second base, but the ratings are in. We just got word from the network, and here's a little chart. These are in the millions here, as you can see as the pregame show was starting, as everybody was starting to trickle in. We were down at about 500,000, and now here we are in the bottom of the sixth, and we're quickly approaching the 19 million people
Thank
viewing. Mark.
you. Thank you, everyone.
So as we'll keep Nick in here. Nick, please have a seat. We'll keep you in here and give us some numbers.
DeYoung at the plate.
Paul
2
DeYoung.
balls, no strikes, man on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cardinals could add some tallies here. That'd be great.
Big RBI opportunity here for Paul DeYoung. It'd be good to see him. Good to see him get some hits and some key spots here early in the season, and
Sure.
kind of give us an idea.
I
You know,
want to
how-
see him continue to take here.
Well, we'll see what he does.
Right.
He takes as a 2-0 pitch comes to him.
That's
takes
it.
outside. and
No, it's
makes
in his head. Once you throw a wild
Keep
pitch
taking
like that, yeah,
Keep taking
keep taking until he throws strikes.
3-0 count here
Into the
for.
bullpen, which is not the strong point of the Pirates.
Who has the strongest bullpen this year in our division?
In our
Neither.
division,
Yeah. Anybody, any ideas on that yet? Or are we not far enough?
we
along?
haven't seen enough.
All right.
I mean, the Cardinals potentially have a pretty solid.
We do,
bullpen.
But bullpens really vary wildly. It's so strange how players come and go in value-wise in the bullpen. Guys come out of nowhere. Wade Davis a couple years ago with a terrible starter on Tampa Bay.
That's a 4-ball walk.
He
To
was
Mu-
like the best reliever in baseball. You never know. These guys come out of nowhere.
You never know what's going to happen here, guys. That's why
Right.
baseball is just such a fun game to watch. Anything can happen on any given day. And there's a wild animal in the booth. Hold on, everybody. I gotta take care of this. Nick, take over.
Someone feed this animal.
Looks like they may be making a pitching change.
It looks
here.
like, yep. Musgrove might have.
Gotta do
Strong effort from Musgrove. I really.
Well,
2
I
runs
didn't
is
see
not
his
bad.
total pitch count. It had to be up at
92.
92. That's about time. That's about time.
Although Musgrove is a young man,
They're talking to him. Maybe
28
they're not
years old.
taking him out.
He's their best pitcher.
Well, opening day starter.
He's their opening day starter. It doesn't inspire confidence in Pittsburgh because really Musgrove profiles as a 3 or 4 starter. not even
Okay.
really a number 2 guy.
So we got Carpenter coming up to the plate with a man on first and second, 1 out. It doesn't appear they're making a change.
should
Just
definitely bring in a
talking to
lefty.
him.
One thing you will notice about Carpenter, Josh brought it up earlier, how Carpenter a couple seasons ago was just our best hitter, hitting home runs, on base average over 400. What was going on is the other teams were just throwing him fastballs constantly, even though his batting average against fastballs was over 500.
They keep Musgrove in
They
the game.
stopped doing that last year.
Carpenter
Batting average goes
steps
down.
into the box.
I gotta say, Matt Carpenter really seemed to take a dip a couple years ago when he sold out and gave that super secret salsa recipe to Schnucks. And then after that, it was all downhill. After that, it was all the commercialization of the salsa. But he's gonna take right here. He's gonna swing.
Swing.
Not a fastball.
Swing and a miss.
They're not
Up.
throwing fastballs.
85-mile-per-hour
Doesn't
pitch.
change up.
Yeah, as Nick said, you don't see Carpenter take a lot of fastballs this year. Pitchers really seem to pick up on the fact that, if you give him something dead red right down the middle, or just at least over the plate
He has his way
and
with it.
straight, he will find a way to get a hold of it. But he does have a lot of issues with the breaking balls and balls with movement, and that's definitely something we're hoping he's going to pick up on and do a little better job with this year as he takes the 0-1 pitch outside.
Low enough. So
Outside the corner.
If I know this, how does he know? That's what I want to know.
Well, you got to think that he does know, but it doesn't mean you can't swing at all of them. Also, quick shout out to Bar Jays. Apparently, a lot of people watching us over there. They've been
Hey,
contacting the show, so shout out
Thank
to you
you.
guys. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful opening day.
oh, it's always
Here
a
in
celebration
beautiful
here. at
downtown
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis from the Show at Night booth
Special night.
here at Bush.
We look forward to
Matt
doing this for
Carpenter.
many years to come.
By Carpenter, the 1-1
Ooh.
takes it right there. Another breaking ball. As Nick continues to point out, they are giving him a heavy
No
dose.
fastballs. No
Of the
fastballs served
movement.
up.
The book is out and has been out, unfortunately.
It's a well-read book.
So who hit this foul ball that you got?
It's a home run ball.
It's a home run ball?
Hit by some dude that played for the AAA Cardinals. Not affiliated with the team anymore. Carpenter, the 1-2.
Way
Outside.
outside. Off-speed pitch. Nothing above 85 miles an hour so far in this at bat.
Carpenter
Coming from
kind of
Musgrove.
rocking a Billy Goat beard look. This
Yeah, there's
year. It's,
the trimmed on the side, like
Mhm.
kind of manicured, and then got some shag coming off the chin area.
looks like he's in one of those biker gangs that will intimidate but won't actually do anything too horribly.
The weekend, yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're accountants during the week, and then they go out and they ride around.
Got a sidecar and 3 wheels. And the pitch for the 2-2
There
swings
it
and a
is,
ground ball
first
foul.
fastball.
And made contact with it. Foul down the first base line.
Foul ball, like right here. It's going
High
to
and inside.
keep the at bat alive. Looks like he's about to choke up a whole lot right there. Oh, he was just taking practice. All right.
Both hands in the middle of the bat.
You don't see that a lot.
Not a
but,
lot.
When you do see it, it's beautiful. Musgrove out here. I gotta say, Musgrove, I'm very impressed with the fact that he's handled the Cardinals in the way he has. Only 2 runs over 5 1/3 so far, but he does have 2 runners on. He's quickly approaching 100 pitches here. He's at
Counts
97.
even at 2-2.
Musgrove had a good season last year. He's continually made steps each season to improve.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. As far as as the pitching staff of the Pittsburgh Pirates goes, he's clearing away the favorite right here as he gives the 2-2 inside to Matt Carpenter. It's a full count here, 3-2 with 1 out and a big opportunity right here.
He looks pretty calm and collected in the box there.
What he doesn't walk pitcher one, he doesn't walk batters, and one thing you'll notice, pitchers that don't walk batters tend to succeed. It's a simple statement, but it's just true.
He just walked someone a few bats ago. Didn't he walk him on 4 pitches?
That may be, but he doesn't do it.
Not regularly.
Not regularly.
I'll tell you right here, if Carpenter can figure out a way to go the other way, Goldschmidt's scoring easily from second base right now because everybody is focused on the right side of that infield.
You go from the stretch.
Musgrove takes a long look. Pitch number 99 coming in here as there's a time called at the plate. Stalls, the catcher. 69 career hits.
He's doing just that, stalling.
Yeah, he is. He does stalls. All right, here we go. As Carpenter digs
Throws the
in.
rubber.
Full count, 1 out. here in the bottom of the sixth. Carpenter with a chance to give the Cardinals an
Open
insurance
this up a
run
little
or
bit.
two.
I'm not picking up on those signs. I'll say that. I don't know if you guys are watching.
There you
Swings,
go.
he hits it to the right side.
Oh,
as usual.
boy.
Young out at first.
Yeah!
Behind,
Safe
and it's going to be
first
runners
down.
first. Or runners going to be safe, and they're going to be runners at the
Third.
corners here with two outs.
Runners on the
As
corner.
Yadier Molina has a chance to come up as Paul Goldschmidt shows that bald spot off to the world.
Now there'll be a pitching
Here we
change.
go. It looks like
Here we go.
Musgrove's-
Going to the bullpen. Holmes coming in.
Here comes Mahomes coming in right now. As we're going to go to a commercial break as we make a pitching change here. Musgrove, 5 2/3 innings, 99 pitches, 2 earned runs, but he's responsible for the 2 runners at the corners right now. And as we take this chance to take a pitching change, we will
Be right back.
We'll be right back.
I'm gonna show off some. I'm gonna ask your opinion. Well, are you gonna take a walk?
I'll ask
Nick, what's your favorite ballpark snack?
I'm a nachos guy.
Nachos guy.
Love nachos with jalapenos.
Okay.
Gotta have jalapeno.
All right.
Pretty simple, but it's just a great snack.
If we're talking locally at Busch Stadium here, I'm a big fan of the. There's only a couple sections where you can find them at Busch Stadium, but they've got a bacon wrapped hot dog,
Well, that can't be bad.
and
That
it
has to
is
be amazing.
to die for.
Got some Cracker Jacks here. Never been a Cracker Jack guy myself.
Peanuts.
I'll eat them. I love them.
Peanuts, my favorite,
Peanuts.
all the time. Peanuts in the show.
I love peanuts.
Love peanuts in the
Just
show.
the messiest snack.
Yeah, that's why I eat them at the ballpark.
Yes.
I'm gonna miss that.
It's all
They're all over the ground. Occasionally, you throw a couple back with the shell just for some extra fiber, little salt. You know,
I like to lick the shell. I don't eat the shell, but I lick it.
I eat it occasionally. Now, you can't do
It
the.
sounds kind of weird to say, but yeah, I lick the shell.
It doesn't sound weird to me. I love licking the shell. One of my favorite all-time things. The Cracker Jack. There's not enough peanuts in the Cracker Jacks generally.
Who's
for me.
buying Cracker Jacks?
Well, me for this show.
Okay,
Right.
really though. Who's buying Cracker
I
Jacks?
don't know. There's.
I don't know anybody that likes
Fiddle-Faddle's a way better product.
Oh, well, I don't know what that even is.
That's-
Uh,
Improved Cracker Jack is Fiddle-Faddle.
it's popcorn, and I don't even know. Is it popcorn and peanuts? and that's
Caramel,
it?
caramel, caramel popcorn with peanuts.
Okay, yeah, that's how.
There's
I
not,
don't
there's
know. I
never
don't
enough
eat it.
peanuts, and the prize is garbage. I mean,
They
let's
still
be-
give prizes?
Sure, look, it says right there, prize inside. Can you see it, people? Prize
Buy it.
inside.
I
Well, go
do,
ahead. One of the boxes is for you. Open it up and enjoy what
I
you
do
like.
like prizes.
I know you do. Who doesn't like prizes? Clay Holmes is a new pitcher here. Last season, he had 35 games, 1-2 record, opponent average
That's rough.
232. Yeah, not great numbers for Clay Holmes. Inherits 2 men on base with 2 outs, men on first and second.
One good thing is Yachty, again, not a strikeout batter. He will put the
Still
ball
true
in
of that.
play.
He's mauling
You
that
can
guy.
absolutely count that Yachty's gonna put the ball in play.
Let's go, Yatsky. Oh, against
It's
right
down!
down. Base hit to left field.
Very nice.
Goldschmidt
run
come
there.
first pitch to Yachty, takes it to left field, single, gets a run in, advances the other runner to
Yachty's
second
career
base.
strikeout rate is so low. That's why he's really a valuable hitter. He really is. Not only is he the best defensive catcher since
Curveball too.
You know they invented the platinum glove because of Yadier Molina. Did you know that?
I did not know
Yes.
that.
It didn't used to be a platinum glove.
Speaking of inventions, did you know that George Washington Carver invented the peanut?
I've heard that.
Yeah, I will, especially, with all the cultural and societal turmoil going on, I'd like to celebrate George Washington Carver
I
today.
feel like you're being serious.
Thank
right
you for
now.
the peanuts. I love peanuts.
I do too.
I know
I
he
was like,
didn't invent it.
oh,
He came up with a
oh,
bunch of
serious,
uses.
yeah.
It's a joke. We're doing a. I'm
Byron.
serious right now.
I love
I didn't
peanuts.
know
I love peanuts.
I love peanuts.
He invented many uses for the
Byron
peanut.
clearly a fan of multiple peanuts, as he's got a lot of representation here.
Is that yours?
And yeah, Yadier Molina with a big hit there. Another run charge to
Are you a
Musgrove.
FanDuel or a DraftKings guy? FanDuel.
See here. How that's creepy.
Your scoring system.
How's the Cracker Jack?
Pretty good.
Right? We
Right.
got a box for you too.
Dexter Fowler, who thank you homered earlier in the game.
Save mine for later. Oh, sorry.
Now with 2 men on, and another RBI opportunity for him as he takes the 0-1 pitch coming in right now. Swing and a miss.
That was a good.
Little bit low there.
That was a good curve. Made him look a little tied up there.
As I said earlier, give everybody a little heads up if you're playing daily fantasy. Top point getters right now, if we check out the top 10, clearly, mostly pitchers here. Kyle Hendricks and Shane Bieber tied for the top spot, although Shane Bieber preparing for a victory here. Lance Lynn with a nice game out there. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks as Dexter Fowler takes one in the dirt here. Runners do not advance. Sandy Alcantara, former Cardinals prospect, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts tonight. Max Kepler, 2 home runs and 2 RBIs, 2 solo shots. Jack Flaherty up there right now, 6 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts. And Herman Marquez, 5 2/3
That's Spanish
innings
for
pitched,
Herman.
right now. Very nice, very nice. All right, as Dexter Fowler takes the 1-2, swing and a ground ball over to first base. Josh Bell over to home, and
Tosses
that's
it.
going to do it. The bottom of the 6th ends. right
Yadi
there with
gets
the
it done though.
Cardinals.
Adds a tally.
The
There
Cardinals
we
do
go.
score another run, and here we go. Oh, and apparently, breaking news, everybody, out of Colorado, Herman Marquez has no-hit the Rangers through 6 innings in the first game. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is taking place in Texas. The first game at the new stadium down there in Texas, and he's got no hit through 6 innings. We'll monitor that closely as the game
Sure
goes
will.
on. We're going to thank Nick for jumping in. We'll let him go
Yeah.
eat his snacks real fast,
All right.
and we'll bring him in towards the end here as the Cardinals
Yes.
hopefully are in position later to close things out. But I'll return to my regular spot here.
There you go. So a little, you guys seem, you have an extensive knowledge of the game.
Okay.
A little quiz for our fans and for you during this break. What year and by whom was baseball invented?
It was what was that guy's name? Abner Doubleday,
That is correct.
and it was in
Yes.
86.
39.
39. Wow.
1939. Been around a while.
They've been in like York or
You invented it in Cooperstown, New York. That's why the Hall of Fame is located there.
I'm gonna go ahead and crack open a
Sure.
box of Cracker
Yeah,
Jacks.
that's why I'm wrong.
I think I might do the rest of the game as Mike Shannon. Also,
You need a beer?
Are you that
I
drunk?
do need a beer actually. I don't know where mine went.
You want a brown?
Yeah. Go ahead, whatever.
He likes his ale like he likes his money.
I'll tell you something.
That's what
Or I'm actually.
One of the best
I'm
Shannon
sure.
lines I've ever heard. So it was a quick inning, right? He goes, yeah, you know what they say? 1, 2, 3, buckle your shoe. It's like, they don't say that. It's close, but not quite.
I like when he says, if you're 21 and in the mood.
Fast Eddie's Bon Air. Look at that, a free plug. Hey, Fast Eddie's, look us up.
21
Fast
and in
Eddie's.
the mood.
Hook us up with some free stuff. It's not that expensive over there.
What else you got going on? You got
A $50 gift card.
I love Cracker Jack Crumb.
Cracker Jacks, I'll tell you. And here we are back in the top of the 7th here. Jack
Usually
Flaherty back out there.
10 to
Here's a
16
couple of the new
teams,
playoff
18,
rules.
yeah. Flaherty's still only at 66 pitches, now 67.
I'll
on
tell
the
you,
top of the
the
7.
way things are going, unless something kind of falls off the rails here, Jack Flaherty very potentially could
Complete
open
the
the year
game?
with the complete
Yeah,
game.
good.
Could be very impressive.
Get out. This is a key inning towards that.
Swing and a miss on a pitch. Low, almost in the dirt
Right.
there. And a 1-2 count now on Adam Frazier. You know, if Adam Frazier does get on there won't be a lot of reason to worry. Adam Frazier, the career 16 stolen bases.
Quickie quiz. Who played Frazier?
Kelsey Grammer
That's
as
correct.
Adam Frazier grounds to Colton Wong, who flips it over to Paul Goldschmidt for the
One
easy
down.
out.
One down at the top of the 7.
In the 7th inning.
What show is that a spin-off from?
Cheers.
Yes, look at you with all the knowledge. You're such a wise man.
Never really watched either of those shows, but
A little
do,
bit of
uh,
Cheers, but I never watched
I was
Frazier.
waiting for the Niles spin-off.
I bet you were.
Mike Schultz still looking weird with that face mask. I gotta
Very.
say,
Very terrorist.
I'll
At
tell you
least
one
it's-
thing.
Yeah.
if I was the manager, and they're all required to wear masks, I think I would go with the old school astronauts helmet.
Sure. That's always a good, or just a fishbowl.
Fishbowl,
Just a fishbowl
I-
over your head.
or one of those old timey diver helmets.
I like those.
Josh Bell in there.
Like
Takes
the kind,
Oh,
one of
wow.
the, remember in Scooby Doo, remember that
Mhm.
monster
with the
character?
little cage on the front.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Beekeeper's helmet. There's all
Kubo,
kinds of
Kubo's moving Junior,
fencing.
in one of those movies. I forget which one. One of those war movies. He wore a diver, whatever, military.
Jerry Maguire.
No, I don't
Jack
think that was it.
Flaherty falls behind 2-0 here. Shout out to Longboat Brewing for sending a beer over here.
Thank you, Longboat.
Frosty cold one. Josh Bell swings and fouls
Chops
him
it
back.
off his
Very-
both feet.
Very awkward swing there by Josh Bell.
Very, very
Josh
uncomfortable
Bell,
looking.
Josh Bell with the breakout season last year. The question is, do we think he can continue with the pace that he went on last year? Look at what was it, 36, 37 home runs, and
Cardinal water.
very nice.
Very nice.
Official water.
Official water of the
St.
show
Louis
at
Cardinals.
night.
Swing and a miss, a
So-
big chop right there. I'll tell you, Josh Bell trying to get the Pirates back into the game quickly, swinging for the fences here, but two very poor looking swings here. It's got him back, count all tied up, 2-2 with one out here in the top of the second.
Cardinals up 3-0.
I'll tell you, I mean, a game like this early on is a huge confidence boost for a young guy like Flaherty to go out there on opening day, even
To
against
get
a
the
team
nod,
like
just to
Pirates.
get the nods of confidence. boost.
Absolutely,
Right.
yeah. With guys like Wainwright and Michaelis and Carlos Martinez all in the rotation right now. But
What color is Carlos Martinez's hair right now?
I don't know.
Oh,
Last
we'll
I
find
saw,
out
I think
soon.
it's regular color.
Okay.
I'm just glad he got rid of those braids. As Josh Bell takes a defensive
Scoops up.
swing, Paul Young coming across.
Oh.
Ooh, a very close play at first. They're going to call Josh Bell safe. We might want to take another look at
We
this.
will take another look at them.
It looked like it was
Close.
it was a bang bang play.
Slow moving
Let's take
grounder
another
up the
look
middle.
here.
It catches a bit of the mound and takes
Very
some pace off of it.
Very Ichiro like swing.
I think he might be safe.
Let's see. We'll take one more look at this, and yep, just in there.
Well, they all shot that one right.
No review here needed. I think they're going to take a look at that upstairs and call down and let them know, hey,
Don't bother.
just,
Keep moving
just let it
along.
go.
Yeah.
Colin Moron
Colin.
stepping in. Red Beard is what they call him around the Pittsburgh.
I wonder
Pirates,
why.
Organization.
Redbeard was
Sweet.
also a
Yes.
Scooby-Doo monster character with the diving bell guy.
Fun fact for everybody at home, if you're a diehard old school baseball fan, nephew of B.J. Surhoff.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember that name.
Also not a big threat if he gets on base. He has 0 career stolen bases. So not the fleetest of foot. He looks and takes outside for ball 2, or I'm sorry, ball 1.
1-1.
Jack Flaherty on it. Now, as we were saying earlier, in terms of any potential of him getting a complete game here,
This is a critical
If,
inning for him to get out of.
well, if Musgrove can throw 99 pitches, I'd like to see what Flaherty can do in the next 22. He's at 77 right now. We'll see if they let him get to 100 out here. Maybe they'll, save him, keep him fresh for the next game. Moron with a
Base
shot out to
hit
center
up the
field.
middle. Bader charges the ball,
Charging
throws it into third.
Women swoon all over St. Louis as Bader rushes in to make the plays.
Yeah.
And runners at first and second
Yeah.
now. With one away, still a double play opportunity out there, but and here comes Mike Maddox out to talk to Jack Flaherty, calm him down a little bit.
Yeah,
just
I don't
so,
think he's getting the hook yet. They're
Oh,
gonna give him an
no.
opportunity
just
to
let him know.
finish
hey,
this
we
inning
got
at
this.
least.
Yadier Molina, catcher's gear provided by McDonald's out there. Very nice look on him this year.
That's what I said. I don't like the yellow trim. I'm not a fan.
It's a little something. Big news this year. Tom Herr, John Tudor, and Bill White or something like that, all being inducted into the Cardinals Hall of Fame. Big news for everybody. A lot of excitement around town. And good for those guys.
we've neglected to share our photos with the fans tonight.
Ah, that's true.
Maybe we'll save that for another game.
Maybe we'll send that for the post game or
Yeah,
something else. All right.
because we,
Here it
you know,
is.
they may not be aware of our long
Right.
history of Cardinal fanship and involvement and,
Exactly.
you know,
Jose Ozuna in here, the DH. With one away here in the seventh, the runners on first and second. Now, this is a big situation for Flaherty. If he can get out of here, you know, within a few pitches,
still has a shot.
get a quick at bat, maybe get a quick ground ball and a double play, then, yeah, you know, going into the eighth inning.
What do you
around
think?
80 pitches,
What's the expert opinion? If we get a base hit here that scores a run, do we leave him in or does he get pulled right then? and He's gone, right? That's what I was gonna guess. I think he's out of.
Depends if they warm somebody up.
Yeah,
obviously.
you know,
Yeah.
They
I'm,
haven't shown the bullpen.
I'm thinking depending on what happens here, if it's a extra base hit or if it's a deep deep liner onto the outfield, you might see him get pulled. If it's a little squibber, let's see right here off the glove of Tommy Edman. Tommy Edman picks it up, puts it in his pocket. Probably a
Bases are
good
gonna
move,
be
and the bases are going to be
loaded.
loaded here with one out in the top of the seventh. Now
He
things
saved
get
a
very
run though. That
interesting.
play saved a
Did
run.
save a run. But now we see what do we do here with Jack Flaherty? Are they going to leave him in to take on Guillermo Heredia, or I haven't seen any action in the Cardinals
They haven't
bullpen,
shown
so
anything, so,
we'll see what happens here. I mean, you know, maybe that last trip out to the mound was a chance to get somebody warmed up. Flaherty looking out to the bullpen. Oh, sorry, that's Tommy Edman. All right, well,
He's gonna face this batter at least at 80 pitches.
El Conde looking to improve on the, you know, I mean, this is a guy that had as many as 69 hits in 2018. So
Really?
we'll see what he can do here. Bases loaded. Here we go. Big high stakes situation.
With a
Ball
name like
one on the inside.
Belconde.
Mhm. All right, here we go. Back at it. Flaherty looks in, gets the signs from Molina. And 1-0 count. Top seven, one out, bases loaded. Can't swing, but it's not going to play anyway.
Indecisive.
Good change right there.
Very nice pitch right there by Flaherty. Up to 82 pitches and a 1-1 count here with one away. And the bases loaded. And this is one of those opportunities where you got to see where Flaherty, if he can dig down deep here
There we go.
as we look at the
First action.
bullpen and
Ryan,
Ryan Helsley warming up.
did pretty good.
I remember him from last year.
There we go. The 1-1, low and inside.
Didn't chase.
Ball two.
Tried
You
to
know,
give him-
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking.
He's pitching more balls now.
I'm wondering here if even if he gets Heredia out here, if Flaherty stays in to finish out the inning, or if they pull him after this. Jacob Stallings only has 69 career hits coming up next, so we'll see how they feel about that, and he's the guy that they won't let him face. All right, here it is. Flaherty from the stretch. He's set and he pitches. Swing!
That's a
and
swing
big
and a
swing and a
miss.
miss on a breaking ball. in the
Wicked
outside
pitch
corner.
dropping out of the zone.
That was a slide.
Jack Flaherty really just.
Throw a lot of sliders.
I'll tell you, for a young guy, he doesn't look shaken. He doesn't
At
look
all.
worried out
Very
there. He's
composed.
just looking in, getting his signs, and you know, he's gonna put it where he needs to put it. No career grand slams for
Probably knows his
Guillermo.
stats.
Guillermo batting 071 career with the bases loaded. The pitch. Down.
Tried to do the same thing, tried to get him to chase. He didn't.
Breaking ball down low. Now
That's
we've
a
got
disciplined at bat right
now we've
there.
got a 3-2. One out. Looks like we're probably gonna see the heater here. You'd have to
I'm
assume
presenting a high heater.
a heater, or does he try to change, or does he try to fool him with an off-speed pitch? Maybe some with some movement, try to get the double play ball. I guess we're about to find out. Here it is, everybody. Big pitch
Oh,
right here.
boy.
Jack Flaherty
You
looks
feel the
in,
excitement.
85 pitches, 3-2 count. Got him!
Looking!
Right
It was
there.
low.
At the knees.
It wasn't the high heater, but it was a low heater.
Heat at the knees, and Heredia just couldn't even handle it.
He
Just
could
watching
not.
it fly by.
I
Big
wouldn't go
strikeout.
as far as saying it buckled him, but
He froze.
Yeah,
He's
he
frozen.
froze. Frozen. Exactly.
As we check the replay, and yes.
Maybe
yes.
I don't know. There's some
A
wobble in
little
the
bit of dip
knees.
to that, a little bit of dip. And then,
Oh, he knows it too. He goes, God bless him there.
Mhm.
I should have swung.
That's probably what I said. All right, here we go.
Bet you guys
Stalls. Stalls looking for Stallings, 0 for 2, looking for his 70th career hit, stuck at
Flaherty
69.
is digging deep
And
right now. He's
Yeah.
pulling it out.
Flaherty has no issues just continuing to give him what he's been giving.
Jakob Stallings.
Stallings looking in. Big opportunity for him here. A base hit could tie the game or potentially give the Pirates the lead. The pitch, swing, and it's going to be off the glove of Paul Goldschmidt's in right field. 1 run's going to score. Fowler, the throw to the plate. It's offline. 2 runs are in.
Oh,
Mariano
boy.
Molina just takes it.
Why
home.
did you say why'd you have to say that right before it happened? It's like you almost wished it. You willed it into play.
I have to paint a picture for the audience at home, Byron.
Oh, let's
And-
paint a different picture when this.
Stallings with career hit number 70. He's no longer stuck on 69. And just like that, folks, it's a 1-run ball game.
He was ready for that basketball.
No longer stuck on
Right under the glove of Paul Goldschmidt.
Very solid. It really was.
Put it
No
right
one
under the
put
lead.
the power.
All right, Flaherty's still in the game. 88
Left-handed
pitches with
batter,
2 outs
Tyson.
here. Little chopper right back to him. Plays over at first. Throws. and he
Woo,
got
that
it.
was trickier than it was.
Oh.
Yikes. Lots
Really
happening over
close
there
to
around the
English
bag.
on that. So
All
there's
right.
2 runs are given up by Flaherty there, but the Cardinals still lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Here's Byron, everybody, with some a look around the league.
Look around the league. Look around the league. We'll also throw out a, well, wait till you get back to the question. What's happening here? Boston's up big in the 7th inning, 13-2 over Baltimore. Texas holds on to that 1-0 lead. Apparently, according to my buddy Josh, there's a no-hitter involved there for the Texas pitcher.
I thought the line was.
Minnesota has a 7-5 lead over the White Sox. Seattle up 2-1 over Houston now. Scoreless in San Diego, Arizona, visiting there. Giants and Dodgers. Dodgers up 2-0. That's in the 2nd inning. Late start on the West Coast. We have the LA Angels and Oakland at 0. Atlanta, the Mets are up on Atlanta 1-0. That's a final. We have another final score here. Cincinnati 7-1 over Detroit. What do we got going on? Kansas City final. Cleveland beats them 2-0. Cubs take Milwaukee 3-0. And final score not in Toronto because they won't allow baseball to be played there this season. It's in Tampa Bay. Toronto wins 6-4. I believe that is a look around the league. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Excuse me. You want to come talk about home runs?
So it's any home runs hit, call out.
Well, I don't know.
Is that they usually have like a page for who hit home runs?
All right, well, let me see if I can find the home run page. I don't have
We
that
know,
pulled up here. We
Home
can,
run from Tyler O'Neill. Home run from Dexter Fowler.
yes, those 2. I wonder if there's any more fun facts from Cardinal history. Those others were pretty obscure. Okay, well, on this day, Matt Holliday is traded in 2009 by the A's to the Cardinals for prospects Brett Wallace, Clayton Mortensen, and Shane Peterson. He collects 4 hits, drives in a run, and steals a base in his debut with St. Louis.
Not one of those guys panned out.
Right. What a great deal for us.
Not a one.
Having hurried from New York, where his former team was continuing a series with the Yankees, the outfielder had to borrow a glove and shoes from his new teammates prior to the Redbirds' 8-1 victory at Citizens Bank Park. Why did I wait all game to read that one? That's the best time. That's the best this day in Cardinal history. What do you got? You got a hot dog?
Yeah, there's Bronson.
Oh, brats.
Boy, I'll tell you, I love that story, Byron, every time you tell it. All right, here it is. Tyler O'Neill steps in here. Bottom of the 7th. Home run earlier in the game, 1 for 2. Counted for the first run of the season for the Cardinals here.
Can you get that brought on camera? Perfect. I just want to see that.
The pitch, 2-0. Grounds to third. Moron over the first, over the bell. And 1 away.
Are you sure his name's Colin Moron? Is that the correct pronunciation of that? You pretty sure?
You're saying it like it's spelled.
Okay.
Holy moly, those are hot.
Here's this guy. Here's this Harrison Bader, this little playa.
Harrison Bader loves to wear very short shorts to practice.
Yeah. and to nightclubs.
Mm. All right.
See what he can get done. 1 out.
Brown and Kruppen getting a nice shout out in the background there as he takes ball 1 outside. As we look at the scores around the league, you see Seattle up 2-1 over Houston. Going to be a very interesting year for the Houston Astros. I'll tell you that much.
That's an interesting what you brought up there with the Brown and Krupp, and I wonder, obviously the TV advertising is that's really all there is now, right? So that's probably going to increase. Where there'll be more TV advertising because the stuff at the ballpark
Throwing a ton of ads around.
and it's no promotions. We don't get any free stuff.
I know, except for me, I received 2 bobbleheads in the mail today.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we got a hat the other day. Yeah, very nice. TD Ameritrade, I think, was the sponsor of that. Great investment.
Shout out to
fund.
them.
Yeah, great investment fund. Wealth management,
I
financial
handle
advisor.
both of mine.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. Still like Vader's socks. I'm a fan of showing some sock. Ooh, that's a wicked curve in for a strike.
A lot of the homegrown kids throughout the Cardinals.
Well,
organization.
that trend almost complete, or that style, I should say, almost left baseball completely for a few years. I mean, everyone was wearing the long pants, even where there was down around below the cleat ankle and they're stepping on it. I like to see the sock. Although I don't like to wear socks, I like to see socks.
Blooper. It's handled by Frazier, and we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
I like this guy's flow. He's got strong hair. He could be on it. He could be one of us. You know what I think?
Not well, we should do levels yet.
Nate DeGraw. I told you I had an interaction with those guys too last year.
Jacob DeGrom.
Isn't he a Met? Yeah.
Wow.
I gave them all a ride. Not all of them, but like 5 of them.
It's like the best pitcher of the National League.
I had to go. I knew they were somebody, but I didn't know who they were, so I had to go back and like look it up. Sure, I told you that. I came in. I told you that.
Remember that?
You were impressed by it at the time.
Yeah, because I'm a big DeGrom fan. So.
Why do I think his name was Nate? I mean, who's Nate? Is it Nate? Who's the Nate? The son of
Jacob.
I just not.
You're thinking of Gavin DeGraw.
Nate, there's
I'm just wrong. That's all there is to it. I think maybe Nate DeGraw was one of my son's high school teammates or something. That might be it. Anyway, back to the game here. Holmes is at 16 pitches. Wong is 1 for 3. We have 2 outs, 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody on base. Holmes eyes in, ball behind his back, puts it in his glove, working from the stretch. Wong up the middle, it's snagged by the shortstop and thrown away. No advancement. Are they going to give him second base because it went into the dugout?
pretty ill-advised throw. there.
Very ill-advised throw, as our friend Nick says. Absolutely, should have held on to that one. Wasn't going to get him anyway. You put that one in your pocket.
Well, when you play for the Pirates, you got to try to make plays like that because nobody else is paying attention to anything else going on.
I mean, very wild throw.
Still can't get over the mask on this first base umpire. Looking absolutely horrified as that wild throw came in by him, but
Man on second now with 2 outs. He advances on the overthrow.
just in a quick update for everybody, the no-hitter is over
Oh,
in Texas as the Raiders actually take the lead 1-0 in the 6th.
Lynn's still pitching.
Let's see who is pitching. No, Jonathan Hernandez now pitching for the Rangers. Out west, we got the Angels and the Athletics have just started playing. They're at the top of the first, 2 out, no score. And the
with a
Dodgers,
2-year subscription, you can get looks like a bobblehead.
looks like a Yadier Molina bobblehead, right?
Those are a dime a dozen, really. I mean, they're everywhere. Edmund steps in. He's 1 for 3 on the night.
Single would go along.
Tommy Edmond probably
Sure
gonna
would.
hit a 2-run home run right here.
Good. See, now that's the kind of
Same pitch,
forecasting we're
give us-
looking for. That's what we want to hear. Good job. Yeah.
Very interested to see how things play out with the Toronto Blue Jays. They came to an agreement, I believe earlier today, to play their
Buffalo.
games in Buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah. Like, there was talk of Pittsburgh, but I guess they wouldn't have them.
I heard Baltimore.
Well, it ended up at Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
At all,
Where everybody wants to end up.
Yeah. All right, Edmund's still in the box. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wong's at second. Takes a casual lead. Nobody really holding him on there. Signs coming from the catcher. Holmes from the stretch. Looks at Wong. Comes to the plate. Inside, in the
almost hit him.
dirt. Oh, did almost hit him.
Great job by the catcher there to save it from getting away. That would have been an easy trip. down
Up
the third
exchanges
for
the ball. It
Wong.
was in the dirt. He throws it over to Andrew, the ball boy. Clay Holmes at 20 pitches so far.
Pretty solid job in relief so far.
Yeah.
The only blemish, really, the ball that was thrown
Up
away
the middle,
momentarily there a
thrown
moments
away.
ago. But besides that, looked pretty sharp.
Didn't he go up the single that gave 2 runs? I'm not mistaken.
1 run.
1 run.
Single to Molina. But there was already runners at third.
Yeah.
All right, here it is, Tommy Edman looking for his first home run of the year.
Here we go.
First home
Time
run,
for a
first
big play.
RBI.
Let's go Redbirds.
Ooh,
Oh,
swinging a big,
wicked hardcore cut there.
big cut right there. It's going to bring the count to 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
Deuces are wild.
Deuces are wild. Tommy Edman, you can see a big time breaking
Good
ball
curve.
right there.
That's a pretty good curve.
Big time breaking ball. This Holmes guy, he's got a lot
Yeah.
of movement on his pitches.
Sure
I'll tell
does.
you. Catcher shakes him off a little bit. Give him a few more signs. Looks like he's gonna do him something a little outside.
Let's see what we have here.
A 2-2 to Edmund. Swing and a
Swings at a
miss.
bad pitch. That's
Nasty
not,
on the
you can't swing
inside
at
right
that one.
there.
No.
Big breaking ball on the inside, and that will take
End
us
of
to
the
the
7th.
8th inning, folks.
Just try and steal those signs.
Got a question for you.
Okay.
How many stitches? Look at that baseball without counting. You might know this. Nick probably knows this. How many stitches are on a Major League Baseball?
246.
That's way too many.
No,
It's not the right number. Nick, you got a guess?
It's like 77 or something.
It's in between those two numbers. Anyone in the audience not looking it up? 108. 108 stitches. 108 stitches on a Major League Baseball.
Pretty close.
You were pretty close to being double the right number.
As we check out the broadcast, I can tell you one thing that is a huge benefit of watching our show as opposed to the actual broadcast is no political ads.
None.
None.
It's
Politics
much to Nick's
free zone.
disappointment.
They doing political ads yet?
Yeah, they just showed the Montavani,
Oh, yeah.
who is a total. Well, I'm not gonna get into it.
Hey, don't break your own rule.
I almost caught myself.
I said nope.
Down in Texas, the new stadium, future Cardinal Nolan Arenado is at play. As let's see, as the Rockies have a man on second with 2 runs. Let's see what's going on in the league.
Just,
and the
just to
division.
remind our fans, we have a game tomorrow against the Pirates here in St. Louis, 1:15 first pitch, Sunday, same time. We have a day off on Monday. They were traveling for a 2-game stretch against the Twins.
An interesting,
Those games are night games, it looks like.
an interesting piece of trivia for you all going forward after today's official league-wide opening day. First ever National League exclusive DH home run.
Who was that by?
Believe it or not, it was by the Mets' Yanis Cespedes
Anus?
and Yanis.
Yay!
Yanis Cespedes. A solo home run that proved to be the difference in a 1-0 victory.
Ryan Helsley in the pitch. Last season, 24 games, a
I was
2-0
shocked.
record, opponent average 245 with an ERA of 2.95.
This is the most charitable bobblehead I've ever seen in my life.
All right, Helsley in now. His first pitch is in there for a strike.
You know what this guy looks like? I like that.
Kevin Newman, as we the 19th overall pick when drafted under the University of Arizona. So obviously high hopes throughout the Pittsburgh Pirates organization for him. As time is called.
Helsley wears a number 56.
It's a good number. I like that.
It's not as good as some of the other numbers we've mentioned tonight.
Say 8x7, baby.
Pops it straight up behind home plate. Yadier Molina making a play on it, and there it is, one away. Here at the top of the 8th. You know, there's a lot of some players, some pretty big moves made in the offseason. Madison Bumgarner, one of the big moves, now playing for
He was a Giant,
Arizona.
correct?
He was a Giant. He's currently, let's see, they're in the bottom of the 5th, and it's a tie game at 0-0.
Who's that kid out there, the pitcher out there with the long hair, who was a young guy at one point for San Francisco?
Oh,
Come on,
Lincecum.
Mexico?
Yeah,
Long gone.
long gone. I like that guy.
He is no longer
He lost.
support.
He won a Cy Young.
Won 2
Did he really win 2? Jesus
back
Christ.
to back.
How
He
do you
stole
lose
it
that
from
fast?
that year Carpenter and Wainwright.
Wainwright
took
had
votes away from each
several
other.
where he could have won. He was second place multiple times.
Mhm.
What a rough. Tough to play in the era of Clayton Kershaw. You know?
Let's see here. What's Baumgartner doing out there?
Helsley to
Currently,
pitch.
2 hits.
Left-handed batter Reynolds looks at it low.
Baumgartner out there.
70
2
mile
hits.
per hour off speed
and,
pitch. Reynolds is 0 for 3 on the night.
2 hits and at least 3 strikeouts.
Checks his bat, taps the plate, couple winds. Ready for the pitch from the one.
Into
High heat, 97 miles an hour.
looking good out there.
Swinging at Reynolds.
Reynolds style. All right.
Here we are. Helsley confident after that pitch.
Helsley out here
2
looking
balls in 1 strike.
looking to be a key
Yeah, go
figure here.
Break
Yeah.
the ball, right?
The question here is, and it looks as though we've gotten our answer.
That's a
Big
87
swings.
mile per hour pitch, low in the zone.
That was a change. Nice change.
A big question going into this season with the Cardinals was who was going to take the closer's role. People didn't know if Carlos Martinez was going to stick around, but he obviously recently been moved back into the rotation. He's lost a couple guys. It looks like Kim is going to be our big offseason
Makes
acquisition.
contact. It's out
Reynolds
to
puts one
left.
out there. Tyler O'Neill casually
O'Neill
strolls
Does
underneath it.
catch. He was backed up by center fielder
Flexes on
Faber.
everybody and then throws it back in. Into a win.
Yeah. Well, that's it. 2 outs.
I gotta
Helsley
say-
coming in getting is pretty effective so far.
It's going to be a very interesting season for the National League Central because their American League pairing
Bounces
is
them.
the American League Central this year, and that is not the strongest division, but there are some teams there that can give you a little trouble. So going into this, as long as the Cardinals can go out there and handle their American League Central teams, and of course, obviously handle their NL Central rivals, a lot of big things could happen for them in terms of momentum going to the playoffs.
Ball high and outside.
They should be the favorites for the division.
I'd say it's going to be between them and the Cubs. That's
Cardinals are
probably
going
it.
to go to Green Bay this year.
I know, I'm very excited. We're definitely going to have to broadcast that game.
I would love to go, but I don't think we can. They're not only selling 8,000 tickets to it, if it's even going to have fans.
Where is it being played?
Let's get people
Iowa.
on the phone.
Oh, in the, okay.
The Field of Dreams.
Yeah. Helsley to the plate.
Cardinals, White Sox.
Fastball, 98 mile an hour pitch fouled off. Scorched
This
into
guy
the
looks pretty good.
stands.
This guy he looks pretty good. Has to leave him in for the next inning.
Two-way here. And top of the 8th.
Frazier adjusts his helmet, takes a couple swings.
Bieber.
Bat over his
shutout with
shoulder.
14 Ks. Jesus Christ.
Another foul ball into the stands.
As we're
Halsey paces, kicks the dirt.
Entering.
Those are the rosin. Is that a rosin bag? Is that what that is?
Mhm.
Yeah, rosin bag. Thought that was right.
All right, Helsley, 11 pitches in here, looking to wrap up this top of the 8th inning here for the Pirates as he brings in the pitch. Swing.
Foul
It's
ball
fouled
chopped.
off.
Down the
Very intense
First base
throw
line.
by the umpire back to the pitcher.
Who is the home plate umpire tonight? Did you look that up?
I did not.
It's not Harry Wendelstedt
Okay.
or Angel Hernandez. Somebody else. All right. Halsey has his sign, composes himself, goes into the windup.
The 1-2.
High 99. That's a high heat, but way too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces are wild yet again here. The top of the 8th inning.
This is a big spot for the Cardinals bullpen here as he throws one in the dirt for a 3-2 count.
Count goes full.
These are spots that, over the last few years, the Cardinals haven't really had that majorly consistent guy out there. And there's a lot of times where it's been a very close game and leads have been blown and, or tie games. Or,
Dreams shattered.
exactly. But, good to get an early grasp here and see what some of the guys can do. It'll be interesting to see what Gallegos is looking like in the next few games. Hopefully we get to see him. Frazier lifts one out to left field.
He's on the
O'Neal backs
track,
up
just
at
on the track. Very
makes the
casual
catch,
fly ball, just a little
flexes
deeper
on
than
him
he'd want.
again, and they're hitting
Everyone's
again.
hustling in. Everyone's hustling. Look,
Bottom of the
confident
8th,
team.
we got Goldschmidt, DeYoung, and Carpenter coming up as the bottom of the 8th rolls around right after.
These messages.
Mhm.
Brought to you by Cardinal Water. H2O. H2O. Oh my, is it satisfying?
H2.
Oh. So after that twin series, middle of the week next week, we finish out the month on the 31st. We head to the Brewers for an afternoon game on Friday. That should be fun. It's always Milwaukee's a good town. And we got a day off on Friday, Saturday, August. I'm sorry. No, we don't have a day off. We stay 2 more games with the Brewers. 6:10 start on Saturday night, another afternoon game on Sunday, August 2nd. Then we hit up the Tigers. Again, those AL Central teams you were referring to. 2-game stretch there. Night game on the Monday the 3rd. And then,
Speaking of those Tigers, Miguel Cabrera still out there giving it a go.
yeah, how long has he been in the
Making in
league?
that dough.
15 or so years.
It's been a
He's in
while.
the middle of a
Hmm.
10-year contract near the end.
A little bit too long, yes.
10-year, $240 million.
This is interesting. We played the Dodgers twice in Detroit, and then without a day off, twice here in St. Louis. 4 straight games against the same team. We should get to know them by that point, right?
Things could get interesting, that is for sure.
And then the one everyone's been waiting for, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. Cubbies come to town. Wish I could say it would be popping off downtown, but it will not be.
We might still be.
I mean, there'll be something happening for sure, but
Do we have any Cub bars in town?
I'm not aware of any.
Double D's.
They closed.
The honor show of the Cubs.
He didn't get that complete game we were looking for, but Flaherty had a heck of an outing here on opening day.
He
Uh,
looked really good.
He looked very good, hit his spots for the most part. I think they took him out at the right time. Can't push him.
Jerry Neal's behind the plate, by the way, for those of you that.
Richard Rodriguez now on the mound, 72 games last season with a 4-5 record,
Look at that beard.
3.72 ERA,
Yeah,
gave up 14 home runs,
Black beard.
23 walks to, I didn't see this right.
I gotta say,
They took my stat away.
I gotta say, it's
It's just a stat away.
I'm very honored to see that. Obviously, a lot of the ball players were watching, the show at night throughout the course of the quarantine time off from baseball. They're all very influenced.
It was great to hear
by
from
the
them.
beard that I had. A lot of them called and asked me about products and crazy hell. They were shocked seeing that I was coming into the baseball season without it, but I said, hey guys, this is yours. I'll let you run with this. As Rodriguez goes outside for a 2-1 count on Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt with a walk, a single, and a run scored in
That's a
tonight's
really,
game.
really terrible delivery.
Two balls.
Goldschmidt digging in here. The pitch. Once again, off the plate. A 3-1 count to Goldschmidt. Rodriguez looking a little shaky out here in his first work of the season. Taking a little time to get settled in. It's pretty intimidating to come in against a guy like Paul Goldschmidt, but here he is and giving it his best. He's going to come in here with the 3-1. Swing and a foul ball there by Paul Goldschmidt.
I think we should fill the seats with cutouts of not us, but like we could pick like characters. Like, wouldn't it be fun to see the Three Stooges back there, or
I mean,
like, some Homer Simpson or something?
Yeah, I
something
wouldn't-
in the stands.
I wouldn't be opposed to just cutouts of us.
Well, sure. That in addition, where we can't have every seat filled with us, that's too much of us.
Well, is it? Is there
I
ever
think
enough?
people would
Goldschmidt
argue that
rips
it is.
one. Oh! Loved by the shorts. If he turns, he throws. Goldschmidt
Save!
gets out.
Oh,
Josh Bell might have been
second.
on the bag there.
But not even on the bag by the first baseman. Gave up just to block the throw.
Goldschmidt said, "Hello, Newman," as he hits one to the shortstop. Kevin Newman. News.
Interesting. It looked like it was
Still got a
close.
little
Looked
bit
like
of
the
speed
first
up there.
baseman.
Yeah, he
Well,
gave up
it was
on.
foot on the bag. It was closer enough to not have your foot on the bag.
Well, when you got a speedster like Paul Goldschmidt out there, what's even the point?
All right, no outs, man on first.
Astros have
Stubby clap.
once down 2-1, 5-run inning, and now they're up 6-2 down in Houston. Still no score out west between the Angels and the Athletics. Dodgers leading the Giants out west 2-1. Still no score between Arizona and San Diego.
You guys remember Raleigh Fingers? Remember
Oh,
that
yeah.
name?
Very nice mustache.
Great mustache. Great mustache.
Houston, as I just said, 6-2 lead over Seattle. The Minnesota Twins currently leading the White Sox 7-5 with in the top of the seventh, no outs and runners on the corners. Texas leading Colorado 1-0 in the bottom of the eighth. And in the top of the ninth, Baltimore trying to mount a comeback against Boston as they trail 13-2.
Young with a big swing and a strike. Oh boy.
Paul DeYoung, I'll tell you, it's like I said.
Interesting to shave the sideburn area, right?
That's a look some guys are going.
I mean, it
for.
makes it look like it's fake, like it's just hung around his ear or something.
Well, maybe it is.
I hope so.
Why don't you run down? Why don't you run down there and pull it? Over the best. Paul DeYoung shoots one out of the left field. This one is back.
Back on the
It's
track.
deep.
Oh,
It's out of here.
Bam, bam. Thank you, man.
In the bottom of the eighth, as Paul DeYoung gives the Cardinals a 3-run lead once again. Fireworks everywhere. Explosions. Oh, you have these little
Do I? What was in there? You had these the whole time. What are they?
All right, well,
Should we do a firework inside? Just
for
fun?
sure, yeah. Light it with the whole- Let's see how fast Nick is.
No, there's-
All right. Paul DeYoung, ladies and gentlemen. A 2-run blast out to left, just like we saw him do the other day when we were at the final. We were at the final warm-up game of the year. Paul DeYoung with a big blast, and another one here tonight.
Do you want to reenact that?
Should.
Hold on.
For those of you that are watching through us, here's what has happened.
Here you
And that's exactly how it looked, folks. A home run by Paul DeYoung.
Reenactments are fun.
All but one run tonight from the Cardinals coming from the long ball.
5-2. No outs.
And I'll tell you
The
one
ball's
thing,
deep to right.
if the Cardinals can string a few things together here, 6 is a serious number, and
What we
There might
got?
be some
Mobile
cheap-
on the run?
Yeah, go to
Hot
Mo-
dogs
if,
or-
if we get, if the Cardinals score one more run, you go to Mobile on the Run tomorrow for your 25-cent drink. Soda or the frozen drink or even a coffee.
Really?
Mhm. 25 cents on the nose, no tax on that. I think they charge you like 21. 2 cents.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Carpenter in the box on the left side. Rodriguez comes to the plate.
Swings. Ground ball right into the
They have the
shift.
shift on, and that worked out for them. Too bad.
Paul Young was on my, as well as Goldschmidt was on my team. For the team. So let's go ahead and check the numbers on that, folks. Oh, there we go. A lot of points there. And as you see there, I believe that was Kim warming up in the bullpen. Couldn't get a full look there, but
Yadi
He does seem to
Molina
have
at the
the
plate
job
with
locked
1
down.
out, nobody on base. Bottom of the 8th inning.
the pitch, swing, and a shot.
Center
by
field,
Yadi on
should be
the
a
left.
gapper.
This one's gonna be down. This one is gonna
Oh,
get
you
two
got
on
it, you
track
got it. Oh, boy.
as Gerard Dyson tracks it down for 2 outs.
2 outs. The masked Dyson.
Sucked it up just like the vacuum he's named after.
It's a good product. Dyson makes a good product.
Yes. Enjoy the shark. Right. All right. As Fowler steps
I
back
prefer
in.
it for as far as compact cleaning devices. I prefer it a Dirt Devil over a Dust Buster.
Ah.
I think the Dirt Devil is a little more effective than a
Hmm.
Dust Buster.
Dirt Devil, but Double D's was named after.
Dirt Devils. I used
All
to
over the
have one.
90s. All over TV in the 90s.
All right.
Strike, 92 miles an hour.
Taking strikes.
It says no balls, 2 strikes. Fowler 1 for 3.
Rodriguez shaking off the effects of that home run as he comes in with the Fowler.
That's
Nice
it. Look
little
at he
bender.
punches him
Fowler,
out.
watch that. All right, guys. Well, here we go. Top of the 9th coming up. Cardinals with an opportunity to get the first win of the season.
Yeah.
We'll have Nick check some numbers on the new income. Oh, there you go. Question from earlier, Carlos Martinez with the blonde hair now. We'll bring Nick in for the top of the 9th with some information on the Cardinals' new closer, a new offseason signing, and we will return right after this.
This day in Cardinal history, still July 24th, the Cardinals needed a starter due to a rainout earlier in the week and a 16-inning game. So due to those 2 things, they turned to Mike Mayers, whose turn it was at Memphis to make the Sunday night start in 2016 against the Dodgers. It was a disaster. His final line was 1 1/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 base on balls, 9 earned runs as the Cardinals lose 9-6. That is not a great day in Cardinal history, but it is yet still a day. So it is a day. Every day is a day. I think we're running out of Cardinal facts here. None of them were that great anyway. All right, tracking Musial's home runs. In Brooklyn, Stan hits career home run number 128, 1949, facing Carl Erskine with a solo home run in the 5th inning. That was on this day. In 1951, he gets career homer 194 off of Jim Constanti. Solo home run in the 8th inning. Facing Jay Hook of the Reds in 1960, Musial connects on a career home run number 420 with a solo in the 8th inning. Number 420 on this day. What do you know about that?
Let's see, 420.
Josh's favorite number.
To this day, yeah.
Fun fact. Yeah.
July 24th. My little sister's birthday.
Kelly
Happy
Sorbet.
birthday, Kelly.
Kelly Sorbet.
Celebrating up in Washington. She went to Portland to raise a little hell.
So
she's-
Portland's in Oregon.
She's not in Portland. She's about 40 miles outside of Portland.
In Oregon or Washington?
She's in Washington.
Lane Thomas takes over in right field.
Here we go. Lane Thomas is right. Kim's pitching a 91-mile-per-hour fastball.
So this is my first time really seeing Kim pitch.
In
I
the-
checked it out. Pretty good walk numbers. He has really
Left-handed
gotten that
pitcher.
under control. Early on in his career, he had issues with walks. As I said earlier, it's going to cause big problems for a pitcher.
In the final tune-up game against the Royals, he came in to pitch the ninth and struck out the side.
That's a good look. Good look. 32 years old. Kind of old for a rookie.
Where's the number 33? Kim spelled just like it sounds. Kim.
Let's switch spots here.
All right.
What the hell's the matter?
Rip,
Oh, ripped down off the third
Paul
base.
Young gonna try to make the play. Oh, he puts it away.
Puts it in his pocket. Smart play.
Tommy Edman with a couple of pitches, a couple of hits off the glove tonight.
Yeah, one. I don't think there's much you could do with
I mean,
either of
it's-
those. Those
yeah.
are blast. That one maybe. That one could have been handled perhaps.
So that one had a little bit of a big hop there.
Did have a big
Chased
hop.
out low and then popped right up on it. Mhm. All right. Colin Moron back in here.
I looked it up. You are correct. It is Colin Moron.
Of course.
Yeah.
Rarely wrong on this thing. Steps in with opportunity to keep the line moving here against Kim. Lefty-lefty matchup and the pitch. Swing.
Foul.
Fouls it off. Cardinals looking for that first win of the year and really good opportunity here to establish the bullpen. As Helsley came in, did a good job, and
How old
now
did you say Kim was?
32.
32. Moron looks at the pitch and he swings and he lines one into right field. It's down one in his face.
That's trouble.
That's going to
That's
get into the
trouble.
corner.
Tie the game.
Tie the game, right by
No.
3. Josh Bell stopping at third.
No chance that's going to tie the game.
Nick Sorbello thinking that the man at first, Colin Moran, tied the game. He scored 3 runs off of 2 players. And now a very interesting situation as the Pirates have runners at second and third. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th as Jose Osuna, El Gacho, coming up.
Not a great outing by Kim right here.
Not well, you know, so far, first play probably should have been made at third.
That's true.
But as we all saw, it was not. Now we're in a position here where
Osuna had a single in the 7th inning.
runners at second and third. 1 for 3 on the night. Nobody out here.
Kim steps
Ball.
off the mound. Osuna out of the box, stretches, trying to communicate with his catcher Molina.
Well, this is another big thing because Kim and Molina hadn't had they haven't had a lot of time
working
to,
relationship.
They had
Oh,
spring
boy.
training before the season was delayed.
Rope just foul, not
So
just
Osuna.
foul, but down the line. Well hit
Shoots one.
ball.
Well, about 20 rows into the crowd, yet still wound up on the field somehow. With a nice little bounce back.
Rick O'Shea.
But we're gonna find out here just how what the chemistry is like between Kim and Molina. You know, I'm sure even if it's a rough outing tonight and a couple of runs added up, I think potentially throughout the year they'll continue to work together. And
Remember that our pitcher was it O who had his translator? Eugene was his name. Eugene. Eugene translator. I like that.
The 0-1 swing and a miss.
Swing.
Nasty slider down.
Down and in.
And it's just like that, it's 0-2 on
Very
Osuna.
popular spot for the sliders.
Is
Down
it?
and in.
Yeah.
Fast slider.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it had movement though.
I think they could look at it.
All right. As Kim takes a look from the stretch.
No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Then on 2nd and 3rd.
Osuna.
Osuna at the plate.
Fouls it off. Kwang Hyun Kim. the newest Cardinal.
Look at you.
Mhm.
Nice job.
Thank you. Member of the Japanese League.
Is he Korean born?
I think it's a Korean name.
Kim's pretty popular in Korea. Not to stereotype here, I'm just saying that doesn't sound Japanese to me.
What do you do?
Ooh,
What's-
way
what's
the dirt.
My mistake. It was the Korean. KBO.
Makes more sense.
Married to Lee Sang-hee since 2014.
Lee saying who?
Hee.
Ooh. All right,
Seoul.
Zona.
South Korea.
Mhm.
All right, as he looks in. The 1-2, it's up the middle. And that's
Oh,
and this
buddy.
one,
Like it
Vader
had
charging.
eyes.
Vader's going to throw it into second, and we've got runners at first and a 2-run single right there.
Ooh, no
For
outs.
Jose Osuna.
Oh,
with no
boy.
out.
He thanks his Lord and Savior by praying to the heavens on that. I mean,
I'll
it
tell
did
you.
have it like it had eyes, right up the middle, right over the box.
That 2-run home run by Paul DeYoung in the last inning is now huge for the Cardinals as they now the lead is cut to 1.
What a shame.
Lead is cut to 1 here in the top of the ninth.
All right, well, we gotta get out. A little double play ball
Let's
here
see.
changes things. We can get that.
Very interesting. to
Maddox
see,
coming.
Maddox wearing the gloves for
And
field
the
protection
mask.
out here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, mask went down.
Uh-oh, man. Uh-oh. He still got the stash.
Mask back up.
Mask back up.
Interpreters out there with him.
Is that Eugene still, you think? Could be.
No, I don't believe that is Eugene.
He's saying, please get some outs.
Okay. Him.
And while you're at it, how about not allowing any more runs?
That would be nice.
That's
That'd
the
be
idea.
great.
You get 3 outs before they score another run.
That
Then
would be
all's good. Perfect. Everyone agree? Plans?
That's how.
Edmund says, I'm down with that. Maddox says, that's what I want. Kim says, okay, I'll try to do what you want.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Perfect.
glad to see you could read lips through all those masks.
Well, intuition, of course.
Gant, John Gant, warming up in the bullpen quickly, I might add.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As be interested to see what the leash is here on Kim.
I would hope it's short.
You know, every game matters here in a 60-game season. So let's see what they let them. Let's see what they got him out here doing.
Not to mention, it would be a real tragedy not to get Flaherty the win after such a strong outing. You know.
Well, yeah, you like to. If you're at home, you never want to play at the bottom of the ninth. You want to just get it
For
done,
sure.
get out of there. Oh, this one's shot out to right field.
Looks
Go
like right
at
at the
Lane
right-
Thomas. Runners won't advance. By runners, I mean the
The
runner.
runner. You have 2 legs.
All right. Well, 1 away here, and now suddenly, depending on what they do here, a ground ball could end the inning and the game for the Cardinals.
That would be nice.
As we look into last year, several men involved in the closing
Mm-hmm.
of ball games. It was kind of a closer by committee situation in the bullpen. And now here is
Injury of Hicks.
Hicks, who also opted out for this season.
Stalls. Tall stalls.
Check my notes here. 60. Oh no, broke out of his 69 career hits with his 70th earlier in the game.
69 career hits.
And
Magic number.
trying to move the line here to get to Zumbaya. Gerard Nice. We'll see how things work out here. As Kim looks in, throws over to first.
Lazy throw.
Make sure Osuna is not going anywhere.
Boy, check out the sock game on the guy on who's on first. Ozuna. He's got him hiked up real high. The pants.
Well, the high socks are the hot look.
I love it.
Stallings looks like he's had a few in the dugout.
Little lethargic.
We'll see if that
It's a
affects
hot
his swagger.
night. It's a hot
The
night.
pitch from Kim.
Ooh, right off the inside of his
Oh.
ankle, foul ball. Trickles onto the grass in front of the plate.
I do like that Kim is all in on the Cardinals here. He's got the long red sleeves, he got the red glove, and the red hat.
Great look. Except for his socks,
Matching.
which we can't see because his pants are too long.
I'm very curious as to what those socks are. I wonder if he's brought over his own style from Korea, or if he's
Stocking style.
going with the Cardinals. The 1-1 swing.
Oh,
Yes.
nice pitch. Low and out of the zone, but had the batter fooled.
Very nice looking pitch right there by. Looks like he's
One
calmed
ball,
down a little bit after that two-run hit by Osuna. Looks like he's, knows where he wants to put it and
Let's see.
knows how to go about it. So, we'll see if he can put away Stallings here and get the Cardinals one out closer to their first victory of the season. The pitch.
Another
Swing.
foul off his
Foul
own
ball.
leg. Boy, he's beating himself up with these
Mm-hmm.
foul balls.
Sure is.
Chopping himself down. Those have to sting. I've had a few of those, but not that many. I mean, it's gotta hurt.
It's got to. It's got to. And that's why a lot of guys,
All
wear
that
protection.
armor.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes a pitch. Takes a look over at first base.
The 1-2. Swing and a shot out to right
Foul
field.
ball, deep foul ball this time.
Foul
Out
ball.
into the empty stands, which will remain empty for the remainder of the year.
Mhm.
Very sad.
I forgot to bring this up earlier. I wonder what the games will be like with no fans. I mean, even though there is the piped in fake crowd noise, it's a major advantage as a hometown team to have that
Huge
crowd
advantage.
rocking there
Huge
the whole game.
advantage.
If you're going in there as a away team and it's quiet, and you know that if the sound is fake. This could be
Here we go. Here we go. Double play ball.
Cardinals are officially remain undefeated here in
That's
2020.
it. Way to go, Redbird. That's what we're talking about.
Slowly unwrapping his head. Yadier Molina with some words of encouragement for Kim.
Kim works
Carpenter
himself out
comes
of a
out.
jam.
There you go.
That's it.
Just like that, folks. What looked to be a potentially disastrous situation is all remedied by a lovely double play by Long.
The Pirates have to head back to either the Westin or the Ritz, usually the go-to hotels for visiting teams.
I think they might
No,
as well
Four
just,
Seasons.
they might as well just
Is
sleep
that where they are?
in
Yeah.
the locker room.
Okay.
Four Seasons.
A lovely double play turn there by the Gold Glover.
So that's how I know.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna ask how you know.
All right, we're gonna wrap up here, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thanks for joining us
Thank you for
tonight.
joining us. If you missed part of the broadcast, I know we have a lot of people that were crashing the site for a moment. So if you did miss a chunk of it, I apologize for that. But we'll be back eventually. We'll plan out the next game.
Yeah.
We'll talk amongst ourselves and figure out when it will be returned. We're going to thank Nick Sorbella, our analytics expert, for coming out and giving us a little bit of insight into what numbers are.
He'll definitely be back. We gotta have, exactly.
Byron, we thank you once again, as always.
Pleasure to see you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And we thank you all for showing up in droves to watch our first ever live broadcast of the St. Louis Cardinals game. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 55 minutes, just under 3 hours. They squeezed her in.
Yeah.
Very nice. Once again, Cardinals win this one 5-4. Jack Flaherty, the winner.
Well-earned
Joe Musgrove,
victory.
the loser.
Yeah, well-earned victory. Look forward to more of these broadcasts here on the show at night. But tonight was the show opening night. Very exciting. I'm sure Cardinal Nation is thrilled with the victory,
Oh yes.
and
oh, yes.
we got a little taste of what the season's going to look like, and looks like we have a team that will compete, and
Only 59 more wins to go for the undefeated season, which has made a lot more possible.
sure when you cut,
We'll see how things go.
All
But,
right.
but for everybody here at the show at opening night, we thank you all for coming out, and we will see you down the
Next
line, and we'll be keeping track of what's going on here. Once again, thank you all for coming out. As we always say here at the show at night.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah!
Did mine text you at all?
Did that
What is
fall get
that?
into the frame here?
Did you break it already?
I didn't break it. It's just,
It showed up broken.
yeah, it's whenever they put include